5 Scotty picked up, about to be level 25 as well.
Yeah, they just need a couple more minutes on the side of OG before they're ready to fight. Wait for the age to expire.
Seb, he's in. Gets the call, the character's going to get FY. There with the snowball save. He's going to be fine, and now they turn to look towards the axe. The taunt's going to be out. Seb goes for the TP. They've got the stun to cancel them. Seb held back for now. Thompson trying to some sort of safety as he will get Seb back. They're able to get Seb back to safety, and Thompson, he's running away. X-Nova's there with the wraparound, gets the slow off, gives the vision for the snowball. TP from No-Tails coming in towards the stride, but Thompson, he's trapped.
That's twice in this series that X-Nova just comes out of nowhere. Like, he's just on a warding expedition, then he just ends up wrapping behind these people constantly.
Perfect time.
Perfect timing, and has the Senton creep to boot. And look at these deep wards that he's placed during that time that he was running around doing so. He now has full vision of OG. Yeah, he sees Ana farming these Ancients right now.
Oh, Ana. FY just giving so much information for the team. He's got eyes on him. Get the punch on the wrong target, but the snowball pass will catch Ana. Ana, he's in trouble. The blood bright silence connects. He's got the Manta back up in a second, but can he really play his way out of this one? He cannot. Ana down for a minute and a half.
Just having all this vision. I mean, X-Nova throughout this whole tournament has had the best vision in every situation, even when you don't expect it. They're here, they're fighting on the left side. They're not going to engage over here. X-Nova always seems to have those prepared in every situation.
Pick off and
we'll see if any of the buybacks do get forced out. Thompson's still dead for 15. Ideally, he doesn't buy back it. They may have to buy back on Ana. He's gone for 50 seconds. The split coming out from Chalice. He's ready to push in, look for the stun on No-Tail to hold back the Chen as the mid-racks are exposed. PSG LGD, 40 minutes in, able to open into the base and clean out this mid lane of racks. Still Ana holding on to that buyback.
And they're going to keep going here. They really want to force this PL to come back here.
Stun onto Thompson. He will blink dodge it. But another tier 3 tower falling incredibly fast. They really don't want to use it. Seb jumps in, gets the call onto FY. There's the buyback. The Cataclysm isn't enough to do anything. It isn't. PSG LGD still fighting strong. Thompson getting focused by Somnus. Seb taken down by Arme. The triple buybacks now out as Ana in trouble. He's brought back for this one. The deafening blast onto the 3 of them. Knocks the back, but Ana gets focused. Seb! He's in with the call. He has the control onto the morphing Somnus. Now being chased by Thompson. Blinks in with the concept. The PL army is on top of it. They get Somnus too. As OG, they have to expend 3 buybacks, but they hold on to the top rack. Somnus now down for 2 minutes. No buyback available on this Bloodseeker.
Yeah, he's 400 gold short of it. It's up in about 8 seconds. OG, they have to make so much happen here. They have to push out all their lanes. 2 of the side lanes are already going, but I think trying to get some kills here, like on FY here, would be very ideal.
I mean, look how close the Brew is at 25. I mean,
So close.
With that final split cooldown.
Oh, Thompson, he sees it FY. He's used the snowball, he turns with the combo. FY with the self-fuels, but OG, they've surrounded him. Seb jumps in with the call, the blade mail. FY's gone.
Instant buyback from FY.
Still that scary time for LGD. 75 seconds without Somnus. OG have the full 5-man pushing in all 3 lanes at the same time as they approach LGD's base.
I don't even know if I get the head with this team fight. I mean, LGD are big goal, but no blood take up to 60 seconds. This could be disastrous.
He's got a full BKB on Seb as well.
Chalice really wants to hit level 25 before he pops that primal split. So close.
Just got to be careful, Seb. Looking for that blink initiation.
Chalice is stepping back. Grabs, they give him the tome. He needed like 5 experience, and they gave him the tome just to make sure that he gets it anyway. Just playing as safe as possible here.
Looks like OG don't feel that the window is big enough for them to push in whilst this Bloodseeker's still dead. They'll back away.
They can't count. They bought back 3 heroes. They weren't able to get any T3s, and there's no Roshan up yet. Big Daddy No-Tail's praying for a Roche right now so they can get that refresher, but it's not going to be up. And maybe we'll dodge a bullet.
At least they got a good amount of economy off that, right? It was up to a 15k gold advantage, and they chunked it down to 7. Same thing with experience. So they did get quite a lot out of that one, but they ideally wanted to get at least one of those sets of racks to get some momentum pushing in with those 3 buybacks used.
Absolutely, it is this really scary moment of the game now for OG. We're about 5-6 minutes still without those buybacks available. If PSG LGD can find that one team fight, it could be the team fight to win TI in this window of time that they now have presented to themselves.
Ana's gone full in for that butterfly too. As they pick up also an Aeon disc on Jeremy, so protected in O. DD did spawn, however, was killed.
It's also pretty scary for Maybe right now. He only has a 5-second BKB, and he does a lot of damage and will get wrecked by the X-Blade Mail call if he finds him, especially with his BKB now. There's not that many ways to stop him.
So it's all about FY and Chalice, right? Just either saving or just getting into the midst of the fights and not allowing OG to get the picks.
And the smoke. It's going to be dispelled.
Let's get dispelled. But it's
He's in the trees. They're on the high ground. They've got the vision with the Shiva's covered. Anna's on his way over. They've got the snowball down. There's the Catapult set. Jumps in. He's able to find the call onto Challenge, but Challenge already got the BKB out. The Sunstride's going to be down onto FY, but FY will survive. Seb pots the BKB. He'll try and stand his ground, but Seb, he's going to go down. No buyback on the axe. And Jarex as well, surrounded by PSG LGD. The Eon disc will proc, but they'll fight through it.
He has to buy back immediately.
Look at these creep track by these Force Spirits. On the bottom rune, they have no creeps in the mid lane.
See Anna. Still holding on to that buyback on Jarex. But as Ben said, the creeps aren't here.
It's backdoor. And they breached through it. It's not looking like it right now. Maybe everyone hitting the same one.
That creep cutting isn't enough to hold OG in the game.
You see No Tails already running to just, he doesn't care. He's going to throw his life for this. He needs to just keep these creeps out of the base to keep that back door up. He doesn't care if he dies.
Which he certainly will as they get upon him. They find his life. 1 minute now without No Tail and without Seb. Topson, Anna, and Jarex. The only 3 heroes that can offer their defense during this final minute, this final stand.
Jarex is really trying to hold on to his buyback.
As Chalice split, of course, up once again. They're finishing off this second set of racks. He's got the Cyclone holding Anna up in the skies. As this Rax on the top lane will fall, the melee Rax gone. PSG LGD playing this carefully. As they'll go down towards the bottom as well. Arme, doppelgangers. He's losing a fair bit of mana as the PL. Still able to shift back into that Morphling if needs be. As OG, they will lose that top Rax, but they won't lose the game. PSG LGD are playing it safe. They know how close they are to victory, and they will not throw it away.
And they know that the Roche is probably respawning pretty soon, and it actually is up, so that is that refresher shard. They already have pretty much infinite primal splits up anyway, but they feel very confident here.
They weren't able to de-ward that ward in the mid lane, so it looks like they are going for a Roche fake out.
Check Anna, he's on top of X-Nova. The Ghost Step's going to get the set. Oh, he's in. The call, the MP, the counter, but FY's in. He's able to get the save off in time to keep this man alive. But he's got it off. Chalice is down. Buyback from X-Nova and Chalice. FY with the Invis. Somnus looking to get involved. Pods the BKB to get over the ice roll. They get on top of Seb. Seb's in trouble. Seb's gone. The axe down once again for 90 seconds. As now FY giving them the vision, but they see him. They've got the doppelganger to jump away from the snowball. The snowball over to Topson. The self-fuels. FY trying to buy time for the rest of LGD to come in. Again, up into the air. Arme straight on top of No Tail. FY will fall. Arme looking towards No Tail. No Tail puts the hand of God, but No Tail beat it down by Arme and Somnus. Chalice gets the primal split off as Anna. He's been left behind in Topson. He's got to do something incredible in terms of the combo. Can he find the angle? Jarex coming in, keeping Anna alive. Anna with the doppelganger. The deafening blast comes out onto the 2 of them. Anna trying to go in, looking for the kill. Can he find it in time onto X-Nova? He's on top of him, trying to beat him down. Anna again with the doppelganger, now retreating back towards the base. As X-Nova will survive. Jarex back in, the combo. Meatball down onto Chalice, but Chalice is so tanky. Pops the Shiva's gone. He's on top of Jarex. Jarex is gone. Anna as well. Can he really fight back against the Somnus? And X-Nova is so low. As the buyback for Jarex comes in, he's healing Anna back up. That buyback could set them up for the kill on X-Nova. The cold snap down onto the charger. They find him. Arme, he's out of mana. He's starting to shift into the strength, but he's surrounded. OG, can they find the ball? They can. OG are still in the game. Arme buys back immediately. But now it's PSG LGD's turn to be without 2 of their supports. Seb's going to be back up in 8 seconds.
Oh my god, that buyback from Jarex onto that shrine, being able to save Anna, but Anna also toying with them with that doppel. He sent the illusion. They thought that was the real one. They actually couldn't finish him off, even though they got the thirst vision of him for a second.
With the level 25 talent on the doppelganger, it's really hard to kill him.
Seb,
yeah,
he's looking straight for the play. Can he find Somnus? He's hunting Somnus. He's there, Seb. He'll see him. Oh! Oh, doesn't get the call though, and now Seb. He'll be ruptured. They're looking at him, but Anna, he's straight in on top of Somnus. Somnus puts the BKB. Anna get with the double gather. This is a Cataclysm coming out. And Somnus still alive. Anna will be able to force him away. They've got the hex. They've got the control. They're on top of him. Can they kill him in time? They can. Chalice got for 2 minutes. And Seb, he's finding, looking for Arme. Big Daddy No-Tail gets the penitence out. Only onto the illusion though. Arme able to waveform up to the high ground. As Arme should be fine here.
Topson's got the ghost, so he's got Hex
maybe
up soon too.
Oh, the doppelganger Arme's over the trees. Can he hide his way out of this?
No, back. Real one.
Goes for the waveform. Seb tries for the call, but he's already out of there. Nice, nice play from Arme.
And he buys so much time too for his team there. The Brewmaster was dead for 120 seconds, now only 90.
Still a big window for OG. They're only without Jerax for the same amount of time. And that lead that PSG LGD had, it is going down a little bit. Only 4K, 5K at the moment with these last few fights. Obviously the 25 is now coming out on OG. Thompson's into the pit.
What a timely DD coming out for him too. I don't think they expected to be taken down as fast. He's almost able to solo it with the help of these summons. And that's a refresher shot. There's no way to get this. There's no way LGD can.
Oh, and the Seb level 25 too. That extra Berserker's Call AoE. It catches people out. They don't expect it.
It does not feel like OG T-Rex now.
Yeah. The Berserker's Call now is, I mean, the AoE is
massive.
really massive now when you have that talent.
It's so hard to play against. Can PSG LGD do it? They've got the Basher now for Somnus. For just a 2K lead with those last big comeback plays from OG. Still 30 seconds without Chalice.
Double Hex coming out now. Thompson and these 5-second BKBs. Yeah, I mean, they were crushing with their BKBs.
Thompson's being spotted out.
Got the vision. They're on top of him. Thompson, he's in trouble. The Nullify comes out, but he got the Ghost Walk off as well as the Hex in time. Now, Somnus turns up. The blood runs down. Thompson! He's dead for 100. Has got the buyback available. PSG LGD will certainly look to force it out of them.
FY just with the Shadow Blade. It just, yeah, as soon as they split up, he finds the perfect opportunity there on Thompson.
You got to be careful going out on the map when FY's alive. There's every chance in the world that he's going to be watching you from the trees.
And at this point, I think for Ame, it's actually going to be very worth it for him to actually just try and burn all the mana from the Phantom Lancer so he can't doppelganger all the time. That's causing a huge issue in the team fights. And I see that Chalice is using his Dispel Magic every single cooldown on these Phantom Lancer illusions, but there's still way too many that are causing havoc in these teams.
It's too constant. Like that doppel cooldown being 3 seconds just allows him to always be able to play around a little bit around the brew. They don't really have this crazy AoE when you look at LGD's lineup. They just clear out those illusions. It's really a lot based off them just trickling them down slowly with like the Shivas and the Radiants and knowing exactly which one it is.
Yep, he doesn't have the crit talent, but now he does have crit from that Bloodthorn coming out.
It's a lot of damage that Anna can offer to the fights now.
And Brewmaster without BKB, very vulnerable. Cold Snap, Bloodthorn, Berserker's Call. There's a lot of ways that they can prevent him from getting that ult.
He just commits it from the back, just to be careful.
Make sure that he can get it off and get some damage in onto the tier 3s. Anna's going to start to try and fight against these Primal Split Brewlings. He'll be able to find one of them. He has been silenced. He'll take down the Wind Panda 2 as well by the looks of it. There's only the Earth Panda prevails. Seb jumps and he gets the call onto the Panda, popping the BKB as well, so they won't kill the Brewlings off. They do force PSG LGD away long enough that Thompson does not have to expend his buyback. It's Thompson back in the game.
But then they're utilizing the PL very well too, by replicating him, sending illusions to get some extra damage on the tower. It's just one Rax left that's holding LGD away from Mega Creeps.
And they're straight out. They're ready with the aggressive play, OG. Thompson, can he find a catch? He's close to having vision onto X-Nova.
Should be able to find X-Nova. He is stalking him. He got sights of him for a second. He was a bit far away though.
Oh, the tornado. It's got him. Thompson drops the combo down upon him. The stun comes out though. Oh, the counterplay. Jerax is there though with the heal, the tether. Keeping Thompson alive with the Abyssal Blade down. Candace here with the hand of God comes through. Thompson still alive, but Chalice gets the Primal Split out. He's been stunned. Thompson, the cheese, he's fine. Thompson, he goes down. They get the kill onto the Evoker. No-Tail being chased by Arme. The bash is coming through, but the Blade Mail was already out from Seb. He tries to get the call off. The bash to the Cataclysm isn't enough to find the kills. Anna leading forward. The Bloodthorn onto FY. Gets the kill onto FY. FY buys back straight away. Anna looking towards Somnus again. The doppelganger. Arme on top of Thompson. Thompson being saved by Jerax. Jerax with the tether. Arme turns into General. There's the call. to play. Nobody has a buyback available right now. As OG stand with 5 alive on the map, 100 seconds without the Morphling.
This Doppel talent is just destroying LGD. They have no way to actually find Ana. Like Ben said, the Brewmaster's constantly using the Dispel, but it's so hard to find the real PL amongst all these illusions in all this chaos of the fights with tornadoes and chaos meters and everything falling all over the place.
And look at this. The tier 3 tower falling. Ana frontlining it all. What's he scared of? The Blood Bride will come out. Chalice with the Shiva's Guard trying to initiate. But Ana, he's poking, prodding, beating down, and on the side, Thompson jumps in. Chalice gets in with the beacon, into the call. Seb, he's got the disable on the Chalice. Do they have the damage? They got on top of the Chalice. He's into the snowball. FY buying time for him, but now he's vulnerable. He's gets hexed. He gets Bloodthorn. Chalice buys back. Straight back into the game. Ana trying to find his attention onto X-Nova. Chalice leading forward. The Tornado going to be off the market. Only catches out the Bloodseeker, but Seb, he's looking for the follow. Jumps in, gets the call. The BKB was out in time. The Bananas on top of it. Do they have the damage? Seb's got the blade on FY.
Okay.
With the snowball again. Thompson, Jarax focusing the rags. Thompson gets the hex up onto X-Nova. Seb healed up by Jarax. Ana still full health at the moment as the Brew Leagues are pushed back to the base. OG get the picks. As still 30 seconds to play without the Morphling in the game. They move towards the mid lane. OG, can they really get it all here? The mid rack's falling. They've taken a full second set, 15 painful seconds for LGD.
They're gonna keep going. They want to claim their megas.
Another tier 3 falls. OG onto the final set of racks that LGD have left standing. Azana, he gets kicked back. He's separated from the team, but he has the double gagger. He's been ruptured. He needs help, but he needs it now. Jarek in with the tap of the hand of God. Give it that double heal. The relocate as well. Jarek gets him out. As OG will successfully disengage before that Morphling's back in, as they found both racks. Jerax will die for this one, almost certainly, as he looks to tether across, but the nullifies upon him. He has buyback though, and OG just took so much away from PSG LGD, as they only have a lone range rack standing on the top lane.
I can't believe this. This is only 3 racks left in this game. One of them is a range racks on the side of LGD. Buyback status. I saw X was buyback. It was only like 600 or 700,
yeah,
which is crazy. But Jerax also kind of in that same net worth territory, looking at a very cheap buyback. But 2 in the game left. And the PL. PL is almost unkillable at this point. Like, even without the Wisp, it's still really difficult. With the Wisp, just don't even try.
We'll see this again. It's a save here from Jerax.
The control is just not there, and they don't have the way to kill all these illusions constantly. And of course, look at Jerax coming in, starts that relocate channel, and is able to get it off. No one gets the control on him.
Keeping it cool at the time that it means the most, but he's still able to crack a smile here in Game 4 of the TIA Grand Finals. OG making a stand, now leading 9K advantage in net worth. LD able to join us.
I don't believe they actually have any 4 stabs on the side of LG. That's generally how you deal with a side device. And I think they can get a side device on the core, get a blink call, and that hero is likely dead without buyback at this point. So OG, I would say, definitely favored at this point of the game, especially with PL having buyback. LGD, they have a couple minutes to think about what they want to do before this next rotation.
Yeah, they can't be totally reliant on FY just getting these perfect snowball saves, or even like, I saw in the last fight too when it was down bottom, he even tried like walrus kicking the IO away from when he was tethered from somebody else. They need to find some other ways to be able to save, in particular that Brewmaster, who just time and time again is the most important hero, it does seem, for LGD.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what they do with their BKB call. The snowball is the only thing, but they have Bloodthorns, they have side device for the Tusk, they have a lot of things available. Maybe Aeon does perhaps for Brewmaster. I'm not exactly sure what the best way for him to deal with it is. It looks like he is going for an Octarine perhaps for almost permanent.
The sentry's down there. They see Thompson, but Thompson, he's already quick with the play. The Tornado into EMP, Cold Snap as well, they've got the Hex, but there won't be any further jumping. They just poke at Arme.
They're trying to make space.
They got the Mega Creeps.
That's the distraction play right there.
Up against the Mega Creeps. PSG LGD, it's what stands between them and the championship title here in Game 4.
And they got it right before that wave, before that 59-minute mark too, so we already have the Mega Creep wave coming in, that momentum pushing onto LGD's side.
And you look at their lineup, can PSG LGD's heroes deal with the Mega Creeps? It's hard. They don't really have that sort of incredible D-push or AoE sort of hard hitters to deal with it.
That's kind of what they've been lacking in a lot of this game, right? That's what we've been talking about with the illusions with the PL. They've got ways to find them if it's, or ways to kill them if they find the exact one, but as for doing that, it's very tough when they don't have just the Dispel from Chalice.
And he does too much damage to ignore at this point with the Bloodthorn. And on top of that, Roshan is going to respawn in about 1 minute's time. LGD, I think their buybacks are going to cool down around that. Just don't think they can withstand this onslaught from LGD. They really want to be able to defend this Roshan. It's super obvious when there's Mega Creeps. With Mega Creeps, that's the luxury that you have. You can just wait a couple of seconds. You know, the creeps will be hitting at your T4s if you wait.
As Ana commits forward. Has no pull. I have Scotty. 3,800 health now on this PL, who hasn't been dying for a very long time. Now he's got easier ways, easier kill opportunity, and much more survivability.
Yeah, he probably has like maybe 7,000, 8,000 HP effective with the butterfly evasion and the heal and overcharge, and the Hand of God is just way too much. And the lifesteal from Shen too, another ability.
OG clearing out the pit. Very, very soon to be spawning. Roshan and PSG LGD are well aware.
Roshan's up. Only OG knows.
Ame and Ana. Indeed, some illusion action. Ame's gonna get caught out by the tornado though. They've opened up onto him. Ame trying to get on top of Ana. The BKB popped by Chalice. He'll get the ult out. No Tail getting gone out straight away by F5 with the snowball. No Tail's dead for 100. They'll get the Chen. Ana in the midst of it, trying to lock down onto FY. The rest of his team about to come over to get the tornado. Out onto X over Seb. Looking for the cool control onto Ame. Has he got it? Ame getting stood up by the cool trap, but he's able to wait for him up the high ground. Thompson blinks in. He gets the hex out, but FY with the snowball save. They get the bash out. Sonos will be able to find the IO, but they're fully low LGD. That's Sonos dead for 2 minutes. They get Thompson. Thompson dead for 2 minutes. Only Ana. Ana, can he do it here? Is it half out? Seb! Kept alive off the back of that fight, as that very much looked like PSG LGD were able to tip OG over the edge, but that plus 100 Berserker score, you could see Seb as well being very careful with how he used it, keeping it to that opportune moment after any potential sort of Manta dodges have been done by Thomas Ame, and he gets the call.
9 doppelgangers using it just in that area around the Ancients from the PL. Just the constant barrage of illusions giving that distraction to allow Seb to get that call off.
And that's another Roshan for OG.
These fights have to be so hectic for the players. There's like 30 PL.
There's just both sides. I mean, even the Enchantress is like taking a PL, and then the Morphling turns into PL.
I'm just impressed we haven't had any frame drops. You know?
That's true.
Azana. Down the middle lane.
Just walking down with a DD.
It's ESforce. Ana says he's done with this. He wants to end this game. The buyback will come out from FY. Ana. It's going to be snowballed. Ana. He's in. He's not got any backup on the way. FY will be able to get out with the invis, but this doppelganger just over and over again, meaning that Ana could just stand in. Now he's got the backup of Jerax as he gets Hex. Oh, he didn't expect it. He didn't expect the Hex, but he's still fine. Jerax had the Odis, but X-Nova into the snowball. They'll turn towards Jerax. The Hanagon coming out. Jerax has been nullified. They hit doppelganger once again. X-Nova. He will survive for now. But buybacks were forced out by that aggressive play from Ana. At the same time, Seb did buyback himself on the Axe. But LGD are back up as a full 5-man.
Jesus, this is insane.
I mean, I don't know, it's super safe there. I'm not exactly sure why I said buyback, but I mean, he has heart, he has Wisp behind him, he has Aegis, he has everything. His buyback.
And as you can see, that is the big difference. There are 4 buybacks available on OG. Only 1 available for LGD.
Oh, this momentum pushing in. And an Arcane Rune up top. If they give that to Ana, oh my god.
Dire team
even
back.
more illusions, even more doppels.
Oh,
let's go.
That is
2.1 second cooldown. Yeah.
2.1 second
Team
cooldown.
back.
Oh man.
Okay. Azana,
This is it.
he's ready to put it to use. Straight into the base he goes, doubling forward, he gets the jump onto X-Nova, the Ghost Scepter keeping X-Nova fine for now. Anna, look at it.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team back. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick. Rubik. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Queen of Pain. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Shadow Demon.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Every time, straight away. Got to turn on the voice. Anyway, we're going to be getting straight into FlyToMoon versus Team Empire. Hope I'm going to be the voice in your ear today, Rob and Roll. And after this best of 3,
I speak for the trees.
Lyrical will be taking over, so we're going to have a full day today of Dota 2. You've got me for at least 2 games, and then Lyrical for at least 4. So, aren't you excited? As Empire Hope pick up the Rubik and the Nature's Prophet, FlyToMoon on that Queen of Pain and the Shadow Demon, taking out the Ember Spirit, the Oracle, Beastmaster, Lycan, as well as the Phoenix Batter out of Chen and the Death Prophet. Just waiting now. Team's 5th bans. So, Grimstroke is still there, though it's not been as much of a priority for the CIS teams in the last 5-6 days. Opting towards heroes like the Phoenix, like the Shadow Demon. What other spots have we had? No, we have seen, yeah, Timbersaw, standard ban. Surprised it actually got that far. Usually you see him being banned out in the first 2 or 3 heroes.
Radiant team pick.
And Ricky as well. And while it snows on this next pick for FlyToMoon, what am I thinking of? Mars wouldn't be too bad here. Obviously, Rubik's already there for Team Empire Hope, so you've got to be worried about having your spear stolen.
10 seconds
Maybe
remaining.
not then for the Mars, if they're not too confident, because I mean you've got to get the spear off, and then as soon as you do it, God's rebuke that. Or even Bulwark. Activate the Bulwark and just toggle it. As FlyToMoon taking the time over this next pick. Queen of Pain, actually to be fair, Queen of Pain is a decent first pick because she is usually banned here as well. Probably one of the strongest heroes in the game at the minute and always worth a pickup. The amount of burst damage she does with the mobility she has, it is hard to lose as this hero. Like, it is legitimately hard to lose the mid lane and then the game as this hero because she just catches up so quickly. Even if she's behind, you give her 5 minutes to like you split push the bottom lane 4 versus 5 or like 4 versus 4, just buy some space and time. 5 minutes in and out of the jungle, boom, got herself an orchid, got herself a blade mail, got herself a, you know,
Team pick.
whatever it is she's building. It doesn't take her too long to kind of flash farm it. But then again, Nature's Prophet's the same. Nature's Prophet is being run as a mid laner or sometimes an off laner at the minute, and just once he gets those trains to level 3, the Call of Nature to level 3, he can just send them off to the side camps while he farms the mid lane.
5 seconds remaining.
He's got an incredible attack animation, he does a decent amount of damage. You get him a Blightstone, something like that, that just increases the amount of damage he can do earlier on. And he kind of wrecks face in the mid lane, and the fact that he can carry a TP as well as obviously his teleportation just means he can pop up anywhere on the map, join in on ganks, and then instantly relocate back to the mid lane. The Queen of Pain would have to rely on the blinks to get there a little bit faster and then be able to TP back to the mid lane, so it's a little bit longer of a rotation for the Queen of Pain. So 2 good mid lane heroes. If you want to play the Nature's Prophet mid lane, I'm not saying that he will 100%. It could be an off lane hero here.
Radiant
Undying.
team pick.
What did he go for? Okay. Ogre Magi. One of those heroes that I've not seen often recently. He gets picked up every so often, you know, but in terms of out of 10 matches, you're probably looking at maybe 1 or 2, you know, nothing major, which is weird
remaining.
because he's a good tanky hero in the early game.
5 seconds remaining.
He's got a decent amount of damage over time, you know, he's got a built-in stun, obviously a buff as well, which doesn't go too bad with heroes like Dragon Knight, because you put your Bloodlust on him when he's got the Elder Dragon form up, you know, especially when you're pushing towers as well. Just that extra attack buff, Bloodlust, it just, and there he is. Okay, so no Bloodlust for the Dragon Knight. But again, Dragon Knight's such a good pusher at the minute anyway. Interestingly, we've seen Dragon Knight's being run mid while the Queen of Pain gets run in the off. It all depends on what carry is going to be in that safe lane here for Empire Hope. But FTM, this draft is still open, whether they want to put the Dragon Knight safe lane. Like, Dragon Knight's being run over all 3 lanes. Queen of Pain, I have seen a run once in the off lane, so technically over all 3 lanes, even if it was just the once in the off lane.
Slark.
Okay, Slark gonna be the pickup here by Empire Hope. I actually wouldn't be surprised then to see the Dragon Knight in the off lane, just trying to contest, or not even contest, but the Breathe Fire makes it really hard for Slark to find farm in the early game.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So,
Dire
just coming to
turn back.
bans. Storm Spirit. Yeah, Storm Spirit is a good one. We saw yesterday him building. Unfortunately, it was it? It wasn't Team Unique that built it, was it? Yesterday it was Windstrike. On one of the games, they built a Storm Spirit Axe. In combination with a Monkey King. The Storm Spirit was just diving in, throwing the Vortex out, dragging 3 or 4 heroes. Sometimes, I think a couple of times we caught all 5 heroes, dragged them back into a path where the Monkey King could just throw the Boundless Strike out, catch all 5 heroes, and set up for a couple of good fights, but unfortunately it wasn't good enough to win them the game in the end. They did end up losing to Team Unique 0-2. Empire Hope, thinking about this, they've got no reserve time left. They take down the Necrophos, which actually wouldn't have been a bad pick for them considering the Dragon Knight is so tanky, so hard to take down. I wonder if anyone's going to run the Luna here. And by anyone, I mean FlyToMoon. Team Unique ran the Luna yesterday once to great effect. The day before as well, twice up against Team Khan. Team Khan let them have it twice, and it absolutely dominated. Palantimos definitely loves playing up with that Luna. So it's a hero that she's coming back into the meta. You know, she's definitely got a place there. I'm sure across the EU CIS ESL League, she was played quite a few times as well. As Centaur Warrunner will be the final hero for Team Empire Hope. That's a good fighting lineup. You've got the anti-push, you know, anti-push with the Ogre Magi with that
10 seconds
Ignite,
remaining.
as well as the Rubik with the Fade Bolt. Slark as well being able to push
5
with
seconds remaining.
the Dark Pact. Excuse me. Push out with the Dark Pact. I'm still waking up, so my voice is still waking up.
You may
Yeah, okay. Everybody forgets about the Phantom Lancer until it gets last picked, and you're like, shit. So, General is going to be playing the Queen of Pain, Always Want to Fly on the Undying. We've got Iceberg on the Dragon Knight, Aloha Dance on the Shadow Demon, and last but not least, definitely not least, Phantom Lancer being played here by V-Tune. Meanwhile, on the side of Team Empire Hope, Mastery on the Centaur Warrunner. We've got Smiling Knight on the Slark, Ekna on the Ogre Magi, Lightless playing on the Nature's Prophet, and James playing the Rubik. As we take a look, Empire Hope. Tarake has been stood in for today by Smiling Knight. Let's actually take a look. Well, we've got ourselves 30 seconds to take a look at how teams are doing. So FlyToMoon went down 1-2 versus Virtus Pro, 1-2-1 versus Hellraisers, and 2-0 versus Khan. Meanwhile, the side of Empire Hope, it's not too bad for them. Got 0-2 against Virtus Pro, 1-2 against Wins, 2-2 against FlyToMoon 2.0. So maybe hoping for the same thing today up against the original recipe, FlyToMoon. As well as winning 2 versus Khan.
prepare for battle.
So, Rubik, yeah, playing that 4. He's got himself the Tango's Boots. This is the usual pos 4 build I'm seeing all the time. You either go for the Clarities or the Tangos. You get yourself an Observer Ward. Funnily enough, both teams yesterday, FTM, you've got to have a reason. Yeah, both teams yesterday, both Team Unique and Windstrike, going for smoke, 5-man smokes out the gate, and it was something that I thought maybe would have seen a little bit more of, you know, maybe just try and secure first bloods, especially when you've got a lineup like this. You can go in with a Stomp as well as the Telekinesis. just either the Fire Blast, which is being picked up quite often actually at level 1, or the Ignite. You know, you've got that damage over time. It is a good ganky lineup here. The Slug being able to pounce or pick up the Dark Pact for extra damage. Aloha Dance, what are you doing, mate? Don't be baited in here.
The maggots clean you.
Eknut hasn't skilled anything yet, just yet. 3 seconds, so they're going to try and push back on this ward, and he's actually going to go for the Bloodlust level 1. What is it going to be? 2 bounties either way, it looks like, but it might be the first blood here on Always Want to Fly. He needs to get himself away. A lot of damage coming out from Mastery, but there's not going to be any more control coming out. In fact, it's the Fade Bolt up in 3 seconds. Are they going to try and chase down B-Tune? B-Tune's going to be not fine, because after taking a beating like that, nobody's fine, but still not dead, which is a plus in this lane. Don't want to be giving away first blood, especially a melee hero up against Mastery here. Don't want to be getting those retired charges or the double edges just yet. Put that up for as long as possible. Always Want to Fly going to be trapped out by the body block, so there's going to be the Spirit Lance onto Mastery. Takes a decent amount of damage himself, especially when Always Want to Fly wants to be picking up these stacks, and 16 stacks from Mastery, 520 health. Do your damage now. His mid lane, it's going to be the DK, so it is going to be that off lane Quid of Pain. Just disruption from Eknut onto Eknut even. As top lane, General will be able to do a decent amount of harass. Surprised he went for the Scream over the Shadow Strike first. Shadow Strike on Smiling Knight. I suppose he's got the Dark Pact. Meanwhile, Eknut gets himself back into lane, just throwing a little bit of harass out onto General. There is going to be another disruption in a second, though. Are they going to try and turn this one around? Because the harass, Eknut, again, big tanky boy, but there's a decent amount of magic damage here now as well, and with this creep, General should hit level 2. Yeah. So, mid lane. This is actually a good lane for Iceberg here as well, because Lightless wants to be throwing out these trains, but Iceberg's just going to be using the Breathe Fire. That is a level 2 Breathe Fire here now as well. So 170 damage on any trains that come out. He can just walk himself up 1 point into the Dragon's Blood. So going for it the other way around, you usually see level 3, 2 points into the Dragon's Blood, 1 point into the Breathe Fire. Top lane. Pinging onto Eknut. Just going to be the courier coming out here. The pull comes through. Needs to be careful with his courier though. Always Want to Fly. It's going to be eventually 3 bounties in favor, just because the Dire never pulled back, and you see this from time to time. They just never pull back and get the bounty, and well, this time the Undying does pick it up. It's taken down by a neutral, which, you know, was voluntary. Mid lane, how's Iceberg doing? 13 last hits to the 6 of the Nature's Prophet. Yeah, so Nature's Prophet, I was talking about how he's such a good mid laner, just because of the damage he gets early on, his great attack animation, the fact that the trains can farm up, but Iceberg completely shutting this down. Top lane, Eknut does have a pull on, but with the 2 points into the Scream of Pain, General should just be able to clean up a few, if not all of these last hits in this camp, including the Centaur himself. It's way too early in the morning for that, lads. Way too early. Always Want to Fly. Quick D-Ward comes out. And I think that was just blocking this camp here now as well. Mastery. How's he doing in terms of last hits? 16 to the 18. Christ, I didn't even see that. I was too busy talking about the last hits, but Eknut going to be chased down. One more right click, one more Scream, one more Blink. Anything to close the gap. Blink is there if he wants to do it. The Scream comes out. Eknut going to be using his stick to keep him alive, and now underneath the Tier 1 tower. General needs to move himself back. There's no Shadow Strike, so the damage over time won't be there, and Ogre Magi will just be able to heal up with the salve, baiting the Queen of Pain back underneath the Tier 1 tower. Meanwhile, bottom lane, again, Always Want to Fly. just constantly pulling the strength off both heroes. As James going to be chased down, they do get the kill. That soul rip just at the right time for VTune to be able to chase him down, and the tips come out already. Aloha Dance just backing up for bounties. They might be able to get themselves another, maybe 4 out of this. 5 seconds, the rotation. It's going to be the TP down telekinesis. Is he going to be able to get there in time? He will not. They lose out on 2. And now the drag back though, FlyToMoon. He's going to be losing. Always want to fly. Just put himself in a little bit of a dangerous position there. Got dragged back, and with the health that he had, was punished for it. Dragon Knight on the level 5, got a 1 point into the Dragon Tail. We're seeing this more and more. Usually this, before the last month or so, this got picked up around level 7, level 8. But now the Dragon form's out, Dragon Tail. Is he going to try and use this Iceberg though? He's going to be rotated on Eknat. Just backs himself away, but the Fire Blast, is it's going to be enough? Does he even have the Ignite? No points in Ignite now on the Yoga Magi, but this should be enough to take down Iceberg. He's trying to run himself away. The points into the Dragon's Blood. Is it going to be enough? He turns himself around with the Dragon's Tail. He's got the Breathe Fire in a couple of seconds. Won't be able to get it off, and the Lightless gets away with just under 100 health. And the Breathe Fire, it would have been enough to finish his kill. As he get another kill this time, it's going to be on to Mastery on the bottom lane. So 3 for 3 in terms of kills so far. So let's take a look at the items. I thought we might have been straight back in on the pause, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit. If we take a look at the items here, Empire. Well, Ogre Magi, it's got himself the Orb of Venom. It's not too bad when it's not too bad here, Eknat, when you're being chased down. But the wand as well, the stick saved his life. Brown boots as well, so that again that position 4 build. Gets himself an illusion rune out of this now as well. The rotation behind, it's probably not sensible. He probably just gets himself back into lane. This is a decent stack though here. Was it the Shadow Poison?
I almost feel bad.
It looks like it is, yeah. So the Shadow Demon being able to use the poison to stack this camp, that's actually a... Is that a 4 stack? It is. So we're looking at Satyrs, Wolves, Golems, as well as Centaurs here. This is going to be nice for either the Dragon Knight or the Queen of Pain to rotate on and farm this one up. But I think it is spotted out by the Ogre Magi here. He doesn't have any Ignite, so he's not going to be able to try and farm this on himself. But he does spot it out, so... Smiling Knight. He's already in the jungle. Does he go for a little bit of a longer rotation through? Maybe he gets himself a 4 stack. Yeah, okay. And Eknat's just going to be coming up the river. Again, looking at the items. Oh, Aloha Dance. Both General and Aloha Dance are here. The poison's no disruption, though. General blinks himself in. The scream comes out. The damage onto Smiling Knight. And Queen of Pain getting close to that Sonic Wave as well. That's going to be a great kill potential spell for the Smiling Knight. Even if he can get it before he gets the Shadow Dance up, they could probably make a move happen. But he is at least about a quarter level behind here on Smiling Knight. So they just choose to throw the poisons out. Screams as well. Smiling Knight just trying to soak for level 6. He probably gets it off the next creep wave. Meanwhile, again, mid lane, Iceberg, he's got himself the Dragon Form up in 18 seconds. Lightless, though, with the Nature's Wrath. Oh, are they going to try and chase down onto Agnar? There's going to be the Shadow Strike. Flame Blast comes through from Agnar and is a level 2 on this Fire Blast. The Disruption's going to be there, though. General, nearly level 6, but Scream comes out. Agnar, again, big tanky boy, gets taken down. How many points in poison is that? The Shadow Poison and the Soul Catcher working together, like they're supposed to for the Shadow Demon, to help get that kill. And Agnar not really going to be happy about that. Bottom lane, though, are they going to try and make another engagement happen? Always want to fly. Going to be chased back. No Stomp coming out here. Oh, no Stomp yet. Where's the Spirit Lance? How far away is that? He does have it, but James, maybe just a little bit too far back. They don't want to chase onto that. General now with the level 6, but so Smiling Knight. Mid lane, once again, good rotation in. This time, Iceberg underneath the tier 1 tower. Agnar going to take a little bit of punishment. There's a Breathe Fire in 3 seconds. That Dragon's Blood regen will be there for Iceberg. Up on the high ground, though, there's going to be a Fire Blast. The rotation to Smiling Knight. So this stack, the Disruption, Dragon Knight is going to try and get over and help his teammate. With these two heroes looking awfully healthy. And the Aloha Dance, even though it took him a little bit to be taken down, he will still be. And now Smiling Knight, oh, these stacks. He's going to be able to find himself a decent amount of farm here. Agnar as well, the experienced Agnar. Maybe don't want to be in the middle of this when all the creeps are doing damage. Yes, this is going to be quick work with the Dark Pact, but mate, you've still got to be awfully careful. As Mastery gets the kill onto Always Want to Fly on the bottom lane. B-Tune just forced back. Mid lane, though, Iceberg needs to be careful because there's still 3 heroes close to this mid lane. It looks like Smiling Knight is just going to rotate off. They know now there's vision. These stacks have been dealt with. Is he going to get this one in time? I think the body blocks, yeah, they just retreat. BD on the bottom lane. Iceberg, does he want to try and move for this? Lightless is actually going to get himself over towards this now as well. So this is going to really start to help him catch up with the DK. He's only 10 last hits behind. You know, it's not a major gap here. And he can just start sending his trains in. He's actually going to go into the Ancient Creeps with the DD to be able to make quick work of this as both teams get themselves a mango tree. Always Want to Fly being left to soak a little bit of solo lane XP. Get his level 6. As Ocean Heart, this is going to be really nice with the Phantom Lancer. Plus, what is it? 5, 6 stats? 5 attributes. For everything. I'm just missing everything. He TP's down. He gets the kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Worthy treat.
I'm getting caught in talking points and not paying attention to them. That's my bad, guys. But meanwhile, mid lane, Fire Blast comes out. The Dragon Knight trying to push his tier 1 tower. The rotation from behind, though, the Rubik. Is this going to be enough with James? As it's just going to be Iceberg. He rotates up top, finds himself a regen rune now as well. Stampede, though. That Fade Ball, it's instantly going to be cancelled this regen rune. And Iceberg is going to be trapped, and there's going to be a disruption. Iceberg, though, will still be taken down. Going to be pounced on as well. Sonic Wave, though, it pushes them back. Where's the Dragon's Breath? 7 seconds on that, so Smiling Knight's going to be able to get himself away. General, as he put himself in danger, he's not going to blink for another race. 8 seconds now as well. Mastery trying to chase himself down. Double Edge is going to be there, but General gets himself away. Always Want to Fly. The TP's coming out, and nothing to cancel that as James does get taken down. A double kill here for Aloha Dance with the poison. And Smiling Knight back up to a decent amount of health just because of the Shadow Dance passive. Agnar gets himself a bounty rune. Close. If there was a Breathe Fire in the river there when Smiling Knight was himself away, that would have been a kill onto the Slark as well. Dragon Knight would have probably picked himself up 1 or 2 kills in the river. Just unfortunate that it was still on cooldown for about 7 or 8 seconds. Smiling Knight comes in with a Dark Pact. Iceberg, though, just stands his ground for now. Meanwhile, top lane, James going to be chased back. Spirit Lance up in a couple of seconds. Agnar does rotate in. General. The Fire Blast does come out with the Wrath of Nature as well. That's a lot of damage here to General. What's he still on the blink for James? So going to be able to close the gap for the telekinesis. The General shows.
That should help.
So both teams on par to break the 10 kill barrier here. And It could go either way. 12 minutes in, we're looking at a 6 to 7. How's the net worth looking? FlyToMoon at top of that net worth, closely followed here by the Nature's Prophet. What's Prophet building? Building into the Maelstrom. So not going to go for that Blade Mail that we've seen a few times here on Lightless. Queen of Pain. Going to be going for the Necrobooks. We did actually see this the last time the Queen of Pain went offlane. Another rotation behind James. Going to be caught out here. The slow blinked away, but General just immediately blinks to catch up. And James, always want to fly, will claim that kill. Is there going to be rotation through, though? Aknar, he's going to go behind on this mid lane. The TP in from Lightless now as well. There's a Fire Blast. The Stomp comes out as well. The Dragon Knight, pretty darn tanky, but the rotation through from Always Want to Fly, dropping that Tombstone. Stampede to get everybody away, and no Blink Dagger on Iceberg. Queen of Pain rotated down to the bot lane to help push this one out, so no gap closer there either. Fire Blast, it doubles up onto the Undying, but he's got this Flesh Golem out. He's pretty tanky as well, stealing the stacks of strength with the Decay. Iceberg standing his ground, even with that Fade Bolt in the Dragon form. But this tier 1 tower in the mid lane, you would have thought this would be gone. The amount of times he's used this Dragon form, but every time he pops it, there's a rotation, there's a potential for a kill, and more times and more often than not, there is a kill happening to Iceberg. So mid lane, if you want to defend it, Queen of Pain, again, getting close. In fact, the Necrobook is up, so this is going to be decent push potential for General with the Scream of Pain. With these Necrobooks, it means he's going to be able to farm the jungle here now as well. Like this. Oh, General. Got to be careful. Agnar's going to be there with the Fire Blast, so he's going to be able to get the blink into the trees in time. Snark's not going to be there with the pounce. He's got the blink. Lightless TPs, but he TPs into the wrong direction, and it looks like General, the TP, it will complete. Smiling Knight just a little bit too far off with that pounce. Won't latch. Treats. It was a good trick, though. It was close. But no cigar. Talking about close, James trying to run himself away. Spirit Lance in 1 second. Throws it out here. The damage from V2 will be enough. And Dragon Knight, does he have that Dragon Former? It looks like Smiling Knight. He does use the Dragon Tail now as well. So the TP away from both heroes. But the disruption, they can see you, Aknar. They will be able to complete this kill onto the Ogre Magi. Just maybe saving it for V2. Yeah, gets himself a little bit more net worth out of these kills. Being 4-0-1. Great kill potential here on the Phantom Lancer.
Radiant's top tower.
Iceberg. TP's up. Okay, we're going to get a pause, but the scan was there. We're claiming lag. Lightless has been scanned out. So V2, I'm going to go with the rotation though. Anything to cancel a TP. You've got to be relying on Iceberg, who does have Blink Dagger this time. This is going to be good for gap closing, especially on someone like a Nature's Prophet, that once he sees the Phantom Lancer coming, you can just immediately go for the teleportation out. Whoop. Does have the double damage, literally just picked it up. No one in the mid lane, but Centaur is close in the jungle. So General, it looks like he might just go onto this tier 1 tower. The TP's going to come in from the Rubik Mu on top lane. Oh, Lightless tries to get himself out, but the Sprout, it's not going to be enough. The TP cancelled by the Dragon Tail.
Before us, Dragon Nature.
Meanwhile, mid lane, yeah, is being dealt with here. General with the DD. Mastery's going to try and come in. He does have himself a blink. Telekinesis comes out. Aloha Dog's going to be dragged back by the telekinesis. General takes the tower and then just blinks himself away. Got to be careful, though, with the courier. Going to be chased down here by Smiling Knight, but gets himself up to the high ground. Once that pounce had already come out. And it looks like now, is this going to be the phase boots, or is this going to be the blade mail here for General? Who is just sticking with the brown boots for now. Okay, actually sticking up, gonna go for the Guardian's Greaves. Yeah, playing the utility role here, the Queen of Pain in the offlane. Good pick up. 3 heroes up on this high ground. I don't know if they have any vision. They do have, obviously, they have the outpost vision here. So they're gonna see the rotation through Mastery as well as Aknar. Well, General. The outpost. Is it going to be traded off? Does Dragon Knight go for the top outpost here with the Blink Dagger? Doesn't look like it. Going to be able to find himself a regen though. So all his mana worries will be dealt with here. Gets spotted though. Ward on the high ground. Iceberg. Maybe back yourself up, mate. There is 3 heroes rotating in on you. Speaking of rotations, Agnar's going to be able to get the Fire Blast though. Agnar, does he get himself away? Yeah, Phantom Lancer. He's got bigger fish, or bigger creeps at least to be dealing with here. But back in the mid lane, Telekinesis comes out. There's going to be a double stomp. The Retaliate is rolled to double edge in the mid lane. Sonic Wave doesn't matter because it's going to be the Queen of Pain going to be taken down real early now as well. They take down the Dragon Knight. They chase onto V2. V2 probably went just a little bit too far. Does have the Doppelganger if he needs to use it to get himself out of this. But he's going to try and turn around and fight this. At least a Spirit Lance comes out. And V-Tune will go no further. The stomp though onto the Undying. Does he get himself out of this with the pounce? With the Dark Pact, it doesn't look like it. And Mastery will claim that kill with the double edge. Damage being dealt. Fights being taken here by Empire Hope. Quap will be back up without the Sonic Wave though for 87 seconds. And what are they going to be able to do here to slow this push here from Team Empire Hope to blink forward? But V-Tune is away. And yet the tier 1 tower still stands. Iceberg with the DK form looking to maybe fight this out a little bit more. But everybody on the side of Empire Hope just going to be backing themselves away.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So James, he's got the blink stolen. Whether he wants to try and do anything with it, we'll have to wait and see, because these Shadow Poisons are being thrown out, but Aloha Dance is back safely. Oh, do they see the Centaur here? Always want to fly. I do think they have the vision. Stomp comes out, but DK's close. He does have that Blink Dagger up in a second now as well. So there's going to be the Dragon Tail onto Mastery. Was the Breathe Fire. It actually hits onto 2. He finds that angle. Mastery going to go for the TP. Anything to cancel Disruption will cancel that TP. While Agnar going to be chased down here by V-Tune. V-Tune's going to be going under the tier 2 tower. Aloha Dance being taken down by Smiling Knight. Are they going to be able to get the kill? It looks like Mastery will be finished off. Smiling Knight will come up against Iceberg. He does have that Dragon Tail as V-Tune does finally get the kill. The courier
Has been killed.
is nothing safe. Smiling Knight trying to go for the clumsy net, but his courier just gets killed off though. And V-Tune died down underneath the tier 2 tower. Will claim the kill onto Agnar. They do lose the Aloha Dance, but it's a 2-for-1. And pressure onto this tier 2 tower, at least before the fortification came out. Vambrace is nice. Do we probably gives that over to V-Tune? Yeah. Let's take a look at the neutral items while we have a little bit of time. So Dragon Knight with Imp Claw as well as Lightless. Smiling Knight just behind enemy lines looking towards this BKB. It's about, what's that? 1700 gold away from finishing it. So it's going to take him 2 or 3 minutes to actually get the gold up. If he can find a lane to farm, that would be nice, but for the moment he's just having to farm jungle creeps. And now Aloha Dance is close. Just gonna be throwing out the poisons. Oh man, Bo3. How Aloha Dance benefits from this. Does Rubik? No, he does have the disruption, not the blink anymore. But Aloha Dance is going to TP himself up to the top lane. He might be able to get another jump onto the Centaur here.
The seeds of fortune.
He has the blink. Do they have the vision on the high ground anymore? No, they're just going to be seeing... actually, where is that vision? What's there? Just on the steps. But with the DK form of the creeps here now as well, it looks like FTM might try and trade out tier 2s. In fact, this tier 2 not even being pressured on the bot lane. So with the DK form, always want to fly as well as Aloha Dance in the trees, waiting for rotations. And this will be a tier 2 tower on the top lane, going the way of FTM.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Second dragon form here for the Dragon Knight now as well. Are they going to try and fight this one out? Mastery. He does have 4 heroes behind him, so this might be a bait from the side of Empire Hope. FTM gets himself into the lane. V2 even gets himself into the lane again, sorry. Still waking up, first cast of the day. They're going to be able to get that wrap around the jump onto Aloha Dance and always want to fly. Instantly burst down in this fight. FTM just backed themselves off. Meanwhile, General, he's got himself the mech now, getting close to those Guardian's Greaves. Probably goes for the recipe first. Just with it being such an expensive item. And if you take a look at the net worth, it's close. V-Tune is on a roll, so is the Slark, so both carries, what's it, 3-1 and 5, and 5-0 and 2. Yeah, one of them's on a little bit more of a better roll than the other. So General, enough for the recipe. Does he save a buyback here as well? I think he's just going to want the Guardian Greaves in these fights just to really help sustain.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Doesn't know where a few heroes on the side of Team Empire Hope are, though. So just playing it safe, doesn't want to show in lane. Does actually have the bomb brace here. What did Phantom Lancer take out of the Ring of Aquila? Yeah, so that's pretty nice for him. Meanwhile, Dire Jungle, the Dragon Tail comes out onto act now. Are they going to be able to take this one down? It looks like they're going to be able to claim the kill before he can get that Fire Blast off. Maybe even take themselves another tier 2 tower here. So James got himself the Aether Lens.
Is under attack.
It's nice, it means he can get the telekinesis of that Dragon Tail as well. From a little bit further away. Both teams stacking up for an engagement. Ekna gonna sweeten it though. The stone comes out, the Dragonite's gonna blink instantly over onto the Rubik. The Rubik has a Dragon Tail of his own to be used there. So James just needs to run himself away. They wanted to be taken down. This Phantom Lancer Smart Knight. He's going to try his best, but V-Tune just backs himself away. Smiling Knight. He's got the Shadow Dance, but he's getting pretty low. The Sonic Wave comes out. The damage is going to be there. The BKB, as well as that Shadow Dance, is going to be wearing himself off. And he gets caught in the Sprout by his own teammate. The Blinking by General now as well. The damage. Smiling Knight going to be taken down to get it. The kill onto V-Tune. And now James chases down. James is going to be able to get himself out of this. It's like, let's take down the Iceberg, though. The Spirit Lance is going to be able to get the kill as well. Another couple of kills. James. It's not looking good for him as V-Tune on a double kill. As General here, the buybacks from the Rubik. That tier 2 tower went down now as well as a V-Tune. Pressure on to the tier 3. The buybacks, no buyback on the Centaur or the Slark. So they can stack up. They did lose Iceberg, but they can stack up 4 men if they wanted to. It looks like they're just going to rotate out and maybe look for the Roshan. As the farm camps on the way out, they have 24 seconds before the Centaur and his stomp is back up. Do they want to be going for Roshan here? It looks like Phantom Lancer just trying to farm through. Going for the Butterfly as well as the Basher. Interested to see what he picks up first. Maybe the Butterfly, because then it forces the Slark into an MKB, or forces Nature's Prophet. Or Nature's Prophet could build into the... But that would be a long way away, as he is going for the Desolator.
Dire are scanning.
The smoke comes up. Empire Hub are going to be finding out. Always want to fly the destruction. That might save his life for now. Mastering the Stampede, trying to get himself away, or trying to engage onto Aloha Dance. Aloha Dance 4-star forward now as well. He's going to be chased down by 4 heroes. The telekinesis comes out. They do find the kill, but they find the trade onto Mastery. And now the Dragon Tail is going to be there in a couple of seconds. Are they going to be able to get that blink off? He's still another 5 seconds away. James will be slowed down here by the Phantom Lancer. They instantly get that kill. BKB is going to be popped all around. Smiling Knight does have to leap up to the high ground. Once that blink dagger up, Iceberg will be falling up, as well as General with the TP. Anything to cancel this. The Dragon Tail, but the Shadow Dance is still there. So Iceberg with the Dragon Tail not able to get that stun off. And this will open up the Roshan pit. Has V-Tune died yet? He's not. He's 8-0-5. This bounty, it's running out. He's not going to be taken in dead or alive here, it looks like. So, Roshan is only going to be the first one. The Dragon Form does wear off the Dragon Knight.
Fallen to the radiant.
V-Tune, well, if he's not died yet, he definitely won't die. Or Smiling Knight, stacking up with Eknat. But he's not going to go down easily here, V-Tune. Going to be surrounded though by 4 heroes. Where's the rest of his team? Where are the rotations? Aloha Dance in the jungle. Doubling forward. Dragon Knight, what's he going to go for here? Iceberg, he's just trying to find a little bit of farm, but he's going to be surrounded here. The Stomp comes out. Does have that BKB up. If he's going to be unlocked from the stun, it doesn't look like it. Iceberg pops that BKB, but the damage has been done. And now also want to fly the Glimmer Cape. Could be running himself underneath his sentry, though. The right clicks here from Smiling Knight. Got himself 10 permanent stacks. Do they want to take any more out of this? They are hunting here, Empire Hope. Good pain. Oh, B-Tune gets caught out the Stomp as well, but he does have the Disruption to save his life for now. There's V-Tune, he's going to be able to turn this one around. Gets the kill onto Mastery, the chase out. The Guardian Screech being popped now as well. Smiling Knight needs to get himself down to the low ground. Does have that Shadow Dance if he gets a little bit too low, but no BKB for 37 seconds. Doppelganger comes out. The fight's still onto the high ground. They take down General. I don't know what that voice line says, but just the voice, it sounds so great. V-Tune though, could have been leapt on here now. Smiling Knight Disruption again, keep him safe here. V-Tune, Doppelganger, the 4-staff out. He has a Doppelganger in a second, so he will be popping that. Aegis has been held. The TP out, James, anything to cancel this, the damage, it's not going to be enough. But throughout all of that, V-Tune keeps himself alive. Has the butterfly up now, going towards that Basher. A Mindbreaker, that is such an amazing item for the Slark. Does he want to keep the Titan Slaughter though? It looks like he does. So maybe Nature's Prophet picks up that Mindbreaker. Actually had to go back here for the MKB. Yeah, so Lightless, he's just instantly on that. Smiling Knight as well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I thought that might be coming out on the courier, but it is not.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
So, Smiling Knight, it looks like he's going to change his mind, go back for an MKB as well, but this tier 2 tower. V-Tune's stacking up for it. They see the courier, I do believe. As V-Tune just going to go to town on this tier 2 tower. And this is the thing, you've got to look. Lightless is going to be able to push out this top lane, but this tier 1 tower still stands. The tier 2 tower is still pretty healthy, so they can force a fight out here, FlyToMoon, without being too scared of a trade. So yeah, they might lose a tier 1, but two heroes. This tier 3 tower might go down. V-Tune, well, the fortification comes out, so they are going to back themselves up. He instantly goes back in with the Doppelganger. This tier 3 tower will be taken down. V-Tune claims it, and he wants to start on the racks. He does have the Aegis, so this might be worth fighting this one out. Smiling Knight comes in, he pops his own BKB. The right click, so Smiling Knight, he needs to pop the Shadow Dance sometime soon. Trying to tear it out. V-Tune just goes with it. Oh, look at this, the Dragon Knight now. He's going to be trying to force this in with the BKB of his own. He gets the Dragon Tail up onto the Rubik, because he found the kill onto Mastery, and now backlines. He got themselves 2. James, no buyback on him. Eknat, this is just going to be 3 kills going away. No deaths for FlyToMoon. I think this is GG. They're going to be moving themselves into the mid lane for another tier 3 tower, so not ended the game just yet. And Empire Hope aren't giving up the ghost. No GG call just yet.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
But 17 seconds before you have your Centaur back.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
35 before the Ogre comes back. This is just going to be megas. And Lightless trying to do his best to just find a little bit of farm, but there's no way to stop this. V-Tune is on a roll. And yeah, FlyToMoon, it's just going to be mega creeps. In fact, the Dragon Form's back up in 8 seconds. The TP comes in from Lightless. Stomp's going to be there now as well. He might finally get a kill onto V-Tune, or maybe not. The Disruption, the Doppelganger. Does he want to carry on fighting here? The Telekinesis. So Aegis is going to be popped. He gets himself in, but Mastery blinks. He's got the Dragon Tail now as well, and Mastery going to be in a whole lot of trouble. V-Tune Smiling Knight just popped that BKB, but he's going to be facing elsewhere. Jane's going to be chased down as well. Diffusal Blade, he finds 3 more kills. Ekna may even find 4. Smiling Knight not going to be able to get himself away once that Dragon Tail's popped. Yeah, GG is going to be the General gets himself. They want to find this full 5-man wipe before the GG comes out. They will claim it here. 28-19, 31 minutes and 20 seconds in. FlyToMoon take the first game. It was...
Jump. FY, he's found himself No Tail out on his own.
He's trapped him.
There's No Tail. Is he going to get any sort of backup? No, he's not. There's 3 still dead on OG. It'll be a slow and painful death here for No Tail as Zame comes in for the kill secure.
And I love the way that Chalice popped his BKB super early in that fight. He just knows, I just need to get my ulti off, and he cast it at a very safe range. He didn't wait for the last second of his BKB. He's not very greedy. I think that's a lot of the reason why they've been winning these team fights. Seb has been struggling, still about 1,000 gold away from his BKB.
I mean, yeah, this Brewmaster is a display of perfection, really. It's the highest level in the game with his Bloodseekers.
And doing a ton of damage. One of the most damage in the game as an offlaner.
Now has full Shiva, so even more ways. He's pretty much itemized entirely just to be like, Ana, I'm ruining your game. I've got Radiance, I've got Shivas. You're going to struggle so much in these fights as Phantom Lancer.
Eric's did his best to keep Ana alive, and but Ana wasn't able to do damage because he was ruptured. He wasn't that low on HP, but still can't run around.
Oh, Seb.
Oh, I'm his ninjas here.
Got to be careful
Jerax.
who shows up top. Indeed, Jerax. He's going out on his own. He doesn't expect Zame to have this invis rune. And Zame will show himself. Jerax goes across, but Somnus is there.
Somnus is not messing without rupturing.
No mercy. They're feeling very confident now at this point, getting these very advantageous team fights as well as getting kills on the split push too. Thompson though, we'll find X-Nova.
Seb, and as well. Between the two of them, they'll take down the support edge. FY's going to come in though. He hasn't got anyone else with him at the moment. It is just FY, so just playing around with Seb.
He has no help around at all, and he's still just making Seb's life miserable.
He's toying with him. He's just making him not be able to come back. Look, they're already starting to rotate this Brewmaster and Bloodseeker too, and FY, he's ready to look for Seb.
Seb's got to get out.
Oh, Seb.
As indeed, FY, the patience, keeping that control on Seb, buying time for Chalice to come in. Ana is going to look towards the Tusk. Chalice is now there, does have Primal Split available if he wants to look to take this fight. Somnus coming in as well. As Ana, Seb look to hide in the trees. Can they get out of it? Ana's got a TP available. He's into the trees. He's going to show himself in the lane though. They're going to continue to head over. They are going to see Seb make it out in time. They don't have a stun. Ana, can he get out as well? He can. OG will avoid that rotation from PSG LGD.
FY is just so obnoxious there, following Seb for over a minute, just stalking him, trying to have his team come over.
So that's about, a minute without Aegis being used for LGD. They have 2 minutes left, I would say, to capitalize on this Aegis. Oh man, looks like he is loving the PL.
Pretty much back to a 50-50. PSG LGD 2-1 up at the moment in this best of 5 grand finals. 1 game needed to secure the championship title. And at this point, they are ahead here in game 4.
No-Tail hasn't had time to gather a full army of Ancient Creeks. Right now, he just has the Ancient Black Dragon. You really want those other auras when you're at a big disadvantage in the team fights already.
Yeah, it's tough though, because Jerax doesn't want to be following around his Chen, giving him the agony. So. As Thompson, he does have a Lincoln Sphere picked up, and they should have the BKB finished on Seb too. So that'll give him a little bit easier time to get those blink calls as he's been suffering to do so in the last few fights. And Somnus full I've Scotty picked up, about to be level 25 as well.
Yeah, they just need a couple more minutes on the side of OG before they're ready to fight. Wait for the age to expire.
Seb, he's in, gets the call, the character's going to get FY, there with the snowball save, he's going to be fine, and now they turn to look towards the axe. The taunt's going to be out, Seb goes for the TP, they've got the stun to cancel them. Seb held back for now, Thompson trying to offer his best from the side to provide some sort of safety, as he will get Seb back. They're able to get Seb back to safety, and Thompson is running away. X-Nova's there with the wraparound, gets the slow off, gives the vision for the snowball. TP from No-Tails coming in towards the shrine, but Thompson, he's trapped.
That's twice in the series that X-Nova just comes out of nowhere. Like, he's just on a warding expedition, then he just ends up wrapping behind these people constantly.
Perfect time.
Perfect timing, and has the senton creep to boot. And look at these deep wards that he's placed during that time that he was running around doing so. He now has full vision of OG. Yeah, sees Ana farming these ancients right now.
Oh, Ana. FY just giving so much information for the team. He's got eyes on him. Get the punch on the wrong target, but the snowball pass will catch Ana. Ana, he's in trouble. The blood bright silence connects. He's got the man to back up in a second, but can he really play his way out of this one? He cannot. Ana down for a minute and a half.
Just having all this vision. And X-Nova throughout this whole tournament has had the best vision in every situation, even when you wouldn't expect it. You're just like, oh, they're fighting on the left side. They're not gonna have vision over here. But no, X-Nova always seems to have those prepared in every situation.
And he has some incredible foresight to be able to have these wars that just lead to really clutch pickoffs. And Axe has not spent his money on BKB. He has the money, but he might be looking to save for buyback.
We'll see if any of the buybacks do get forced out. Thompson's still dead for 15. Ideally, he doesn't buy back here. They may have to buy back on Ana. He's gone for 50 seconds. The split coming out from Chalice. He's ready to push in, look for the stun on No-Tail to hold back the Chen as the mid-racks are exposed. PSG LGD, 40 minutes in, able to open into the base and clean out this mid lane of racks. Still Ana holding on to that buyback.
And they're gonna keep going here. They really want to force this PL to come back here.
Stun onto Thompson. He will blink dodge it. But another tier 3 tower falling incredibly fast. They really don't want to use it. Seb jumps in, gets the call onto FY. There's the buyback. The cataclysm isn't enough to do anything. It isn't. PSG LGD still fighting strong. Thompson getting focused by Somnus. Seb taken down by Arme. The triple buybacks now out as Ana in trouble. He's pulled back for this one. The deafening blast onto the three of them knocks them back. But Ana gets focused. Seb! He's in with the call. He has the control onto the morphing Somnus. Now being chased by Thompson. Blinks in with the cold snap. The PLR is on top of it. They get Somnus too. As OG, they have to expend 3 buybacks, but they hold on to the top racks. Somnus now down for 2 minutes. No buyback available on this Bloodseeker.
Yeah, he's 400 gold short of it. It's up in about 8 seconds. OG, they have to make so much happen here. They have to push out all their lanes. 2 of the side lanes are already going, but I think trying to get some kills here, like on FY here, would be very ideal.
I mean, look how close to Brew is at 25.
So close.
With that primal split cooldown.
Oh, Thompson, he sees it FY. He's used the snowball, he turns with the combo FY with the self-fuels, but OG, they've surrounded him. Seb jumps in with the call, the blade mail, FY's gone.
Instant buyback from FY.
Still that scary, scary time for LGD. 75 seconds without Somnus. OG have the full 5-man pushing in all 3 lanes at the same time as they approach LGD's base.
I don't even know if I give the edge with this team fight. The LGD are up in goal, but no blood take up to 60 seconds. This could be disastrous.
He's got a full BKB on Seb as well.
Chalice really wants to hit level 25 before he pops that primal split. So close.
Just got to be careful, Seb. Looking for that blink initiation.
Chalice is stepping back. Grabs, they give him the tome. He needed like 5 experience and they gave him the tome just to make sure that he gets it anyway. Just playing as safe as possible here.
Looks like OG don't feel that the window is big enough for them to push in whilst this Bloodseeker's still dead. They'll back away.
They can't count. They bought back 3 heroes. They weren't able to get any T3s, and there's no Roshan up yet. Big Daddy No-Tail's praying for a Rosh right now so they can get that refresher, but
Top shrine.
it's not going to be out. And maybe we'll dodge a bullet.
At least they got a good amount of economy off that, right?
Yep.
It was up to a 15k gold advantage, and they chunked it down to 7. Same thing with experience. So they did get quite a lot out of that one, but they ideally wanted to get at least one of those sets of racks to get some momentum pushing in with those 3 buybacks used.
Absolutely, it is this really scary moment of the game now for OG. We're about 5-6 minutes still without those buybacks available. If PSG LGD can find that one team fight, it could be the team fight to win TI in this window of time that they now have presented to themselves.
Ana's gone full in for that butterfly too. As they pick up also an Aeon disc on Jarek, so protected in O. DD did spawn, however, was killed.
It's also pretty scary for Maybe right now. He only has a 5-second BKB, and he does a lot of damage and will get wrecked by the X-Blade Mail Call if he finds it, especially with his BKB now. There's not that many ways to stop him.
It's just all about FY and Chalice, right? Just either saving or just getting into the midst of the fights and not allowing OG to get the picks.
And the spike. It's going to be dispelled.
Let's get dispelled. But
Ana, he's in the trees. They're on the high ground. They've got the vision with the Shiva's covered. Ana's on his way over. They've got the snowball down. There's the counterplay. Seb jumps in. He's able to find the call onto Chalice, but Chalice already got the BKB out. The Sunstride's going to be down onto FY, but FY will survive. Seb pots the BKB. He'll try and stand his ground, but Seb, he's going to go down. No buyback on the axe. As Jarex as well, surrounded by PSG LGD. The Eon disc will proc, but they'll fight through it.
he has to buy back immediately.
Look at these creep track by these Force Spirits. On the bottom rune, they have no creeps in the mid lane.
See Ana. Still holding on to that buyback on Jarex. But as Ben said, the creeps aren't here.
It's backdoor. Can they breach through it? It's not looking like it right now. Maybe everyone hitting the same one.
That creep cutting isn't enough to hold OG in the game.
You see No Tail's already running to just, he doesn't care. He's going to throw his life for this. So he needs to just keep these creeps out of the base to keep that back door up. He doesn't care if he dies.
Which he certainly will as they get upon him. They find his life. 1 minute now without No Tail and without Seb. Topson, Ana, and Jarex. The only 3 heroes that can offer their defense during this final minute, this final stand.
Jarex is really trying to hold on to his buyback.
As Chalice split of course up once again. They're finishing off this second set of racks. He's got the Cyclone holding Ana up in the skies. As this rack's on the top lane will fall, the melee rack's gone. PSG LGD playing this carefully. As they'll go down towards the bottom as well. Arme, doppelgangers, he's losing a fair bit of mana into the PL. Still able to shift back into that Morphling if needs be. As OG, they will lose that top racks, but they won't lose the game. PSG LGD are playing it safe. They know how close they are to victory, and they will not throw it away.
And they know that the Rosh is probably respawning pretty soon, and it actually is up, so that is that refresher shard. They already have pretty much infinite primal splits up anyway, but they feel very confident here.
They weren't able to de-ward that ward in the mid lane, so it looks like they are going for a Roach fake out.
So Ana is on top of X-Nova. The Ghost Step's going to get the set. Oh, he's in. The call, the MP, the cannon, but FY is in. He's able to get the save off in time to keep this man alive. But it's not enough. Chalice is down. Buyback from X-Nova and Chalice. FY with the Invis. Somnus looking to get involved. Pots the BKB to get over the ice roll. They get on top of Seb. Seb's in trouble. Seb's gone. The axe down once again for 90 seconds. As now FY giving them the vision, but they see him. Got the doppelganger to jump away from the snowball. The snowball over to Topson. The self-fuels. FY trying to buy time for the rest of LGD to come in. Again, up into the air. Arme straight on top of No Tail. FY will fall. Arme looking towards No Tail. No Tail pops the hand of God, but No Tail beaten down by Arme and Somnus. Chalice gets the primal split off as Ana. He's been left behind in Topson. He's got to do something incredible in terms of the combo. Can he find the angle? Jarex coming in, keeping Ana alive. Ana with the doppelganger. The Deafening Blast comes out onto the 2 of them. Ana trying to go in, looking for the kill. Can he find it in time onto X-Nova? He's on top of him, trying to beat him down. Ana again with the doppelganger, now retreating back towards the base. As X-Nova will survive. Jarex back in, the combo. Meatball down onto Chalice, but Chalice is so tanky. Bombs the Shiva's gone. He's on top of Jarex. Jarex is gone. Ana as well. Can he really fight back against the Somnus, and X-Nova are so low? As the buyback for Jarex comes in, he's healing Ana back up. That buyback could set them up for the kill on X-Nova. The cold snap down onto the charge, and they find him. Arme, he's out of mana. He's starting to shift into the strength, but he's surrounded. OG, can they find the ball? They can! OG are still in the game. Arme buys back immediately. But now it's PSG LGD's turn to be without 2 of their supports. Seb's going to be back up in 8 seconds.
Oh my god, that buyback from Jarex onto that shrine, being able to save Ana, but Ana also toying with them with that doppel. He sent the illusion. They thought that was the real one. They actually couldn't finish him off, even though they got the thirst vision of him for a second.
With the level 25 talent on the doppelganger, it's really hard to kill him.
Seb.
Yeah.
He's looking straight for the play. Can he find Somnus? He's hunting Somnus. He's there, Seb. He'll see him. Oh! Oh, doesn't get the call though, and now Seb. He'll be ruptured. They're looking at him, but Anna, he's straight in on top of Somnus. Somnus puts the BKB. Anna again with the double down. They see Cataclysm coming out. And Somnus still alive. Anna will be able to force him away. They've got the hex. They've got the control. They're on top of him. Can they kill him in time? They can. Chalice got for 2 minutes. And Seb, he's finding, looking for Ame. Big Daddy No-Tail gets the penitence out. Only onto the illusion though. Ame able to waveform up to the high ground. As Ame should be fine here.
Thompson's got the ghost, so he's got Hex
maybe
up soon too.
Oh, the doppelganger Ame's over the trees. Can he hide his way out of this?
He's back. The real one.
Goes for the waveform. Seb tries for the call, but he's already out of there. Nice, nice play from Ame.
And he buys so much time too for his team there. The Brewmaster was dead for 120 seconds, now only 90.
Still a big window for OG. They're only without Jerax for the same amount of time. And that lead that PSG LGD had, it is going down a little bit. Only 4K, 5K at the moment with these last few fights. Obviously the 25s now coming out on OG. Thompson's into the pit.
What a timely DD coming out for him too. I don't think they expected to be taking out this fast. He's almost able to solo it with the help of these summons. And that's a refreshing shot. There's no way to get this. There's no way LGD can come.
Oh, and the Seb level 25 too. That extra Berserker's Call AoE. It catches people
Dire
out. They
team
don't
back.
expect it.
It does not feel like OG T-Rex that. At all.
Yeah. The Berserker's Call now
Radiant
is, I mean, the
team
AoE
back.
is really massive now when you have
Dire
that talent.
It's
team
so
back.
hard to play against. Can PSG LGD do it? They've got the Basher now for Somnus. For just a 2K lead with those last big comeback plays from OG. Still 30 seconds without Chalice.
Double Hex coming out now.
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Queen of Pain. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Beastmaster.
10,
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Winter Wyvern.
Ladies and gents, welcome back to the second game of FlyToMoon versus Team Empire Hope. Empire Hope just couldn't hang on in that last game. VTune
10 seconds
went,
remaining.
what was it, 12-0 and 10, something like that,
5 seconds
on the
remaining.
Phantom Lancer. And the
Radiant
Slack
team
just
ban.
could not catch up, just could not keep up, just could not find his kills. And unfortunately, 31 minutes in, FlyToMoon, well, unfortunately for Team Empire Hope, fortunately for FlyToMoon, FlyToMoon just ran over. That last fight ended up taking Megas, and there was nothing that Team Empire Hope could do. So, Empire Hope going for the push army with a Beastmaster Chen combo right off the bat. But FlyToMoon respond with the Queen of Pain as well as the Winter Wyvern. So that Winter's Curse, that's going to be quite the spell here. The split shot as well from the Winter Wyvern. It's going to be decent at cleaning up the Chen creeps as well as the Beastmaster boss. But you do have to hope for the positioning here. Yeah, so banning out the Shadow Demon, the Phoenix, as well as the Bat Rider, Ember Spirit, Oracle, Ricky, Nature's Prophet, Dragon Knight goes this time, and the Lycan. That's not a surprise. Absolutely not a surprise. When you've already got a Beastmaster and a Chen, you don't let them have the Lycan. As Empire Hope just thinking, who do they not want FlyToMoon to have the opportunity to pick up here? Who is that hero? They're just...
Radiant team pick.
Conquer? Yeah, actually Conquer would have been a really good one. With his cleave, that would have been amazing at the deep push potential, just stopping this Chen Beastmaster. The Chen Beastmaster pickup in the tracks. Again, Luna wouldn't be too bad.
10 seconds remaining. 5
We've seen her
seconds
build
remaining.
Helm of the Dominator in pro games, you know, pick up those Alpha Wolves early on, just to help benefit the attack damage that she puts out. But then, you know, can transition later on into things like the Hellburst Smasher, like a Centaur, that would just, again, stack up with Chen and Beastmaster, be able to especially help out in the team fights.
Dire team pick.
Okay, Pangolier, good fighter. A lot of physical damage, but a lot of magical damage too. Rolling Thunder, Shield Crash, great spells, but Swashbuckle, if you can get yourself the Maelstrom, it is good early fight potential. Again, good at pushing
10
waves.
seconds remaining.
Survivability obviously offered with the Rolling Thunder.
5 seconds remaining.
As FlyToMoon, how do they respond with this? What is going to be the pickup here? Empire Hope actually take themselves down to 20 seconds reserve time as well.
Radiant
So not a lot
team
of
pick.
actual pick time. Ooh. That's real nice. Some good spells to steal though. They're actually set up. If you can steal a Rolling Thunder or a Roar from the Beastmaster, you can set up the Winter Wyvern's Winter's Curse. Or you can actually, after the Winter's Curse, take advantage of the fact that 2 or 3 heroes, maybe even 4 or 5 heroes, have been locked down here by the Winter Wyvern.
5 seconds remaining.
So what's Empire Hope? What is the
Dire
response?
team pick. Templar
Yeah, Templar Assassin is pretty good, but the pure physical right-click damage that she does could be a risk here if anybody else gets caught out in her vicinity in a Winter's Curse. She's just going to finish off heroes for Winter Wyvern single-handedly.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds
And FlyToMoon. We have seen the TA picked up in response to the Queen of Pain a couple of times as well, but Queen of Pain, again, I've talked about how powerful it is. I suppose the Templar Assassins kind of rely on the fact that you have to Shadow Striker to get through these refraction charges. The Winter Wyvern, I wouldn't be surprised to see it build a Spirit Vessel here.
Oh, yeah.
Radiant team ban.
Okie dokie. That's the push potential from FlyToMoon. Is this going to be another off-lane Queen of Pain? Or did you want to put this Death Prophet in the safe lane? It will be up against the Beastmaster and the Chen. So it's a lot to deal with, but the Crypt Swarm does a decent amount of damage over space, and it's burst damage very quickly as well with the cooldown that's on the Crypt Swarm. Spirit Siphon for a lot of single target focus.
Dire team ban.
But Team Empire Hope, yeah, they take it the Phantom Lance. They say once is enough. Once was enough.
Ten seconds remaining.
So, FlyToMoon.
5 seconds remaining.
What are they looking at? Because it looks like Team Empire Hope need a position 1. And they've got a lot of fight there. You know, the Templar Assassin, when he builds that Desolator, the push comes out from the Beastmaster and the Chen as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good all-rounded team. Maybe something that offers a little bit more control. We've seen Enigmas picked up recently. I wouldn't be opposed to that. It'd mean putting your Pangolier in the safe lane, maybe. Or running the Pangolier as a position 4 with the Enigma in the off lane, Beastmaster in that safe lane. But I think the aim of the game here for Team Empire Hope is to end the game in the first 20 minutes with this lineup. Just overwhelm FlyToMoon before they can get their items, before they can get themselves a little bit of momentum going. So early fighters, maybe. And as a position 1, there's not a lot looking at and going, yeah, this is a hero that we can fight from like minute 10.
Dire team pick.
So they ban out the Luna. That's a good shout there, actually. What could you run? What could you run here? Phantom Assassin's not too bad. It would be a lot of physical damage on the side of Team Empire Hope, though. Okay, Morphlin. Maybe a Lone Druid. Because you only really need to get the Burr up to, you know, 3rd level before you really start just absolutely demolishing towers there as well for the Lone Druid. Necrophos wouldn't be too bad to try and deal with the Morphlin. It would mean that you'd either have to safe lane the Necrophos or the Templar Assassin, though.
5 seconds remaining.
Weaver. No, Weaver wouldn't be too bad. It means all you need to get is either your Diffusal Blade, you know, something like that, and then you can start fighting with the rest of your team. The Swarm, obviously with the minus armor.
Drow Ranger. Choose your hero.
How could I forget about the queen of the early game core lineup, the Drow Ranger, using that awful set, but the Drow Ranger nonetheless. Like this is set though. I appreciate that. That is a good looking set. As Chen, what is that mount, man? Okay, so enough about the cosmetics. It's going to be the mastery on the Beastmaster. We've got Egnat playing the Chen, James on the Pangolier, so it is going to be that pos for Pangolier, which we kind of all knew that was coming out eventually. As Lightless plays the Templar Assassin and Smiling Knight on the Drow Ranger, but FlyToMoon Can they take control of this game long enough to see out the late game as VTune plays the Morphlin? Iceberg on the Death Prophet. We got Always Want to Fly on the Winter Wyvern. Just waiting now for Aloha Dance to pick up the Rubik, and General back on the Queen of Pain. The thing is, though, with the Drow Ranger, you do have the Morphlin and the Queen of Pain that can close the gap fairly quickly. If he gets caught out in a Winter's Curse as well here, Drow Ranger, Templar Assassin will be able to make quick work of him. In fact, anybody that gets caught out in the vicinity of the Templar Assassin and the Drow Ranger, probably not going to be surviving.
来，你打我呀！
So, chat, let's hear it. What do you think? I think FlyToMoon are going to 2-0 this. I really like their lineup. I think the Drow Ranger just gets jumped on top of.
Oh, thank God. I'll be creeping while you are
But Drow, if she gets a good start, maybe. What is that voice line, man? Yeah, if Drow gets a good start, if she doesn't get...
Just happened.
Yeah, if she doesn't get jumped on by, you know, and get ganked in the early game, like rotations from General, Morphlin being able to get right on top of her, like, Smiley Knight might be able to have a good time on this Drow Ranger and pull this one off, but it all comes down to, I think, how focused this Drow gets. The Boar, just going to do a lap of honor. Even giving the tip over to the Beastmaster.
30 seconds to battle.
Beastmaster, he's already got that bounty on his head. That boy's like, yeah, nice joke. Joke's on you when my entire team rotates to kill you off.
Yes.
But the Morph is rotating down to bot. Are they going to try and play the General? It might be. Yeah, so it's going to be Chen and Drow, at least for now, up in this top lane. General's going to rotate up to the top lane now as well, try and get aggro here, but Pango... Are they just going to run this as a... No, they're not going to run this as a solo safe lane, right? Maybe they want the protection, though, from the Pangolier as well as the Chen. I assume Pangolier TP's down after the lanes have been established. There's Rubik. He's just waiting for Couriers. But TA, holding it back for now. Not sure where the Rubik is, so again, doesn't want to be giving this one up. And the Spirit Siphon for Iceberg, this is nice, but he needs to be careful about the angles that Lightless is throwing out here. He's getting a lot of these refraction, sorry, not refraction, the side blade bounces. And Iceberg's just in a little bit of trouble here. Does have another Spirit Siphon in 17 seconds. No real regen to his name as Mastery. Once again, I get caught up in the talking point, but yeah, Mastery. Rubik is going to try and make something happen here. He's not skilled anything up just yet. Refraction charges are out, but that's going to be the last offensive one. So now the courier going to be coming through. Level 2. Those refraction charges back up in 3 seconds. What's he going to do? The Spirit Siphon. Refraction charges come through. Telekinesis is there. The drag back now as well. They're holding the Crypt Swarm. They get through the refraction charges, but Lightless. The tips come out as Lightless will be fine. Gets the salve. Alive. So yeah, Eknat is playing off to the side, so he is playing in the jungle somewhat. But General going to be slowed down here now by the Ghost. Such a good creative name there on the Ghost. What genius came up with that? You want bottom lane. James, again, Splinter Blast is going to be off the market. He's going to be onto the neutral creeps, not onto James, who just goes back, gets a little bit of farm there himself. Mastery. With the rotation behind him, they're going to try and change targets onto the Chen. Is this a bait? Well, General only has the blink for now. He's holding spells, just has to blink himself back safely because the Blightstone damage coming up from Smiling Knight was a little bit too much with the multi-shot. General uses that self, gets himself back up healthy, but he is just holding these points. Mid lane is being traded fairly evenly, as Morphlin is not being traded fairly evenly. The body blocks come out, he's going to be able to get that waveform back. Now, he's already died once, so he doesn't want to be going any further behind. Like, any further at all behind. As top lane, they take down Aloha Dance. Okay, but bottom lane, are they going to try and make another move here? Mastery doesn't have another ball for that. Well, he's got his 2 balls out, so V2 needs to be careful of these. Can he clean them up? Splinter Blast does come out, a little bit of damage there, but James, he's waiting, he's got the swashbuckle, he comes out onto Always Wanna Fly. The balls, he change targets to Sam as well, onto Always Wanna Fly. It looks like they might be able to get this one out. The Splinter Blast comes through, but Mastery will still claim this kill. Again, V-Tune trying to do what he can against James, but he's getting pretty down low. He uses the fairy for one, comes forward as well, but V-Tune, what was that, lad? Top lane. Oh, mid lane actually. There's going to be a little bit of harass coming out to Lightless. Lightless doesn't have those refraction charges, but no crit swarm for 3 seconds. Doesn't have the mana for it anyway. So Iceberg and Lightless just trading health in this. I suppose it's alright for Iceberg because he is going to be able to get levels in the Spirit Siphon. He does need the mana to do it. Which Lightless has to deal with refraction. He's about 20 mana off. Oh, it's a regen rune as well. Iceberg, he's baiting for this. He picks it up. He's going to regen a decent amount. Lightless might just want to play it safe for now. And the tips come out as well. Yeah, this is going to be... Lightless just needs to back up and heal himself. If he gets caught out here, he is dead. So at least Iceberg, he's getting a level advantage out of this now as well. Doesn't have to leave the lane. He's getting full farm on the creeps as well. Just gonna hold against this creep. Doesn't do a hell of a lot of damage on his own here. This range creep against the Death Prophet. Lightless, not forced, but gonna go for the stacks in the jungle to try and get a little bit more farm out of this. Means he's not gonna be picking up these mid lane creeps, which Iceberg is gonna be free to deny as the deny opportunities do come up. Smiling Knight does take the bounty rune now as well. This safety ward needed, the observer ward. Oh, V-Tune, what's he going to do? Is he going to try and get himself anything out of this? He's got the waveform away, so he can safely back himself away. Yeah, James, the right click to damage. Is it going to be there? The Splinter Blast does come off cooldown, but James not close to anybody to throw that out and do the damage. Even with that level 2 Splinter Blast, it probably wouldn't have been enough, especially with this up now as well. Oh, Chen. Agna, Aloha Dance, a AFK a little bit, not paying attention now as well. The Purge comes through from the Sata Banisher, and that's going to be slowing him down. As Always Wanna Fly doesn't get the kill onto Mastery, but the chase down onto Aloha Dance, is he going to be able to get himself away? Does look like it. As General with the rotation in, do they move V-Tune up to the top lane now as well? He's probably going to be in more danger up against the Drow with the multi-shot. In the river, Aloha Dance straight with that Invis rune. But it does mean that Drow Ranger here, Smiling Knight's getting a lot of free farm.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about, that all the pressure is being put on V-Tune. The Drow just gets...
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Just gets all the space she needs. Chen can be in and out. Could have TP into the mid lane now as well. There is a fight breaking out because Aloha Dance, well, the Exorcism has been popped. James is in the mid lane. along with Ekna and Lightless. Lightless does have the traps. He's going to try and drop one here. Refraction Charge come out. Splinter Blast now as well. Lightless, the drain is going to be the discern coming through from the Pangolier. And now, Death Prophet getting pretty down low. Needs to be throwing out another Spirit Siphon. Oh, the Cold Embrace will keep Iceberg alive underneath the tier 1 tower now as well. But the multi-shot, the damage is going to be there. Iceberg's not going to be able to keep himself alive through this. They do kill off Lightless as well as the Pangolier now as well. Always Wanna Fly gets taken down. They take down Smiling Knight. And Ekna, Aloha Dance doesn't have the mana for the Fade Bolt, so Ekna should be able to get himself away from this. Does he want to try and turn this one around? Aloha Dance, though, is... he's got a decent amount of health. You on the bot lane. Vichu now as well. This does create the space. Mastery is still there with his balls. But Morphlin... he's got himself the 2 Wraith Bands going towards his Power Treads now as well. So that's going to be a decent amount of just survivability with the extra armor he's going to be getting, as well as the damage that he's going to be able to put out. Who took the tier 1 tower in the end? It was Iceberg with his Exorcism. Okay. Oh, the trap, Iceberg, he's being pinged out here. Ekna's in the neighborhood now as well. Iceberg going to try and go with the Spirit Siphons, but it looks like Ekna just keeping the distance. There's going to be the rotation in. The Sonic Wave comes out. Lightless, though, with his Refraction. 4 seconds off it. The Swashbuckle comes in from the Pangolier. Are they going to be able to finish the job? He does get the Spirit Siphon off just before being taken down himself. And now General just needs to back himself away because he doesn't have the mana for the blink for another 10 mana. It is on a 4-second cooldown as well. Always Wanna Fly sees the illusion runes and the tips being traded now, trying to tilt each other. But 7-5, Empire Hope getting close to breaking that first 10 kill barrier.
我是一个没有感情的刷钱机器。
Where you watching? That's how it's done.
That is how it's done, ladies and gents. Maybe not for the Templar Assassin, maybe not for the Death Prophet. How's the farm looking as well? Drow range is actually falling behind the Morphlin now, so even though the Morphlin's died twice, does have 1 assist to his name. He picked up the Morbid Mask as well, so that's going to be great survivability for the lane. In terms of net worth, the Drow is ahead because the Drow, he's got a kill, only 1 death to his name and 3 assists. So even if he's a little bit far behind from missing the last hits, from moving off the lane, like moving off this lane to help fight in the mid lane, still finding neutral camps, still finding kills, still finding assists. Does he take that? What is with the scribbling, guys? I need to see the minimap. Yeah, so Drow going to be going for the Hurricane Pike, with the Dragon Lance being queued up for now. Rotation's going to come through the Mastery. Is he being baited in against Vichu and he just backs himself away? Do they have the vision in the trees? They don't, so they didn't see the rotation through. Always Wanna Fly. There's going to be the slowdown. But only 1 point here into the Arctic Burn, so the TP comes up. Are they going to try and make a move? There is a Roar available. Queen of Pain just showing to the creeps. Needs to be careful because Beastmaster's off the lane. Or if he comes in, if he closes the gap, are they going to try and get the blink away? Is there going to be a gust through from Smiling Knight? Does have the level 1 gust, but General, again, just playing it safe underneath the tower.
Is under attack.
Doesn't want to be caught out. Speaking of getting caught out, well, the traps are going to be there. The smoke comes out. Mid lane, Iceberg's going to immediately move over to this side. Can smoke breaks now as well. Lightless, well, James is going to rotate in. Spirit Siphon as well as Crypt Swarm and Lightless. Is there going to be any damage here? The Arctic Burn is on cooldown for another couple of seconds. Exorcism has been popped, but third's going to be the Silence, and Smiling Knight needs to be real careful. Always Wanna Fly is...
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Not... What did he use the Winter's Curse?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Aloha Dance, Telekinesis, that Exorcism still going. The Courier, though, it might be caught out. Iceberg, back left. The bounty could have been picked up by Aloha Dance, but Aloha Dance pays with his life. Always Wanna Fly now, needs to run himself away. General rotates in. Does have that Sonic Wave if he wants to throw it up, but Ekna, everybody's pretty healthy still in this fight. Obviously, apart from the dead Rubik. Always Wanna Fly, going to be slowed down. There's going to be the Swashbuckle coming in. Mastery with the Roar. Is he going to try and cancel? No, the Centaurs just cancel the TP. And Ekna able to get the kill. General with the DD. system didn't get any towers, didn't get any kills, not any real kills. So that gank from FTM, it means that Empire Hub 1 kill away from breaking the 10 kill barrier. Could that kill be Iceberg? Like this. Just messing around with the neutrals. They don't see the Death Prophet, but she should still be careful. Heck, that rotates in. Yeah, Iceberg's just going to run himself away. He does have the phase boots, so he's going to be able to get himself out a little bit faster. Or maybe not. They have the vision. Is it a bait? Well, what was stolen here by the Rubik, it's going to be the traps. Maybe not what you want to be giving away to the Rubik. In fact, anything you give away from the TA is not what you want to be giving away to the Rubik. For the rotation in, it looks like we might see a 3-man skirmish coming out from both sides. Morphlin is close by, these wards being de-warded. One more right click as well, so always want to fly. Going to be able to de-ward that with a sentry. Needs to be careful, going to slow down the Centaurs. Trying to close the gap as Mastery does get the 10th kill. With the kill onto General on the top lane now as well. The Rolling Thunder comes through. This is going to be the 11th with the Wyvern. Getting really down low. Golden Brace comes through, but the Rolling Thunder does not occur.
This is what happens when you spend too much time thinking about life instead of living it.
Beastmaster was taken down in the end. Was it the Morphlin that got the kill? Yeah, V-Tune claimed that kill. So the trade, the 1-for-1 trade on the top lane, but it did mean that it left them open to getting the kill onto the Winter Wyvern as well. Good trade there for Empire Home.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Death Prophet with a haste Spirit Siphon. He's got his target with Smiling Knight. Exorcism's up now as well if he wants to pop it, but there's Disarm coming through. Dodges off the multi-shot. They'll do the seal crash as well. Looks like James just wants to back himself off. They don't want to be fighting into this just yet. Always want to fly. The balls are slowing him down. The chase is on. Always want to fly. The telekinesis onto the Centaur, so not going to be able to close the gap. There is a troll with a trap though, and always want to fly. Needs to pop the Toxic Burn. He's going to be slowed down, stunned up. Cold Embrace comes out. Where's the follow-up damage? It is not going to be there. So, Mastery, 4 seconds until that roar. If you want to try and make something happen, the Splinter Blast as well, it's just going to try and harass out onto the boars, onto Beastmaster, onto his Alpha Wolf. In terms of net worth, Morphlin is starting to get ahead now as well. Again, this Morbid Mask really nice. Going towards the Yasha, straight to the Manta, and then the shotgun build. General as well, what's he got himself? A broom handle. Probably doesn't keep that. Mid lane, James as well as Aloha Dance. Just going to soak some XP, try and get a couple more levels, some farm where they can find it as well. James, he wants this Vlad, so that's going to be really nice. Just for keeping everybody on his side alive. Maybe not the Chen. Chen's not a real big right clicker. But he does have himself the headdress now as well. Is this the mech coming out for him? It's close. Does he have the rest of the items? He doesn't as well. So it's just going to be a chainmail for now. As Beastmaster. They want him. Aloha Dance has the Arctic Burn, but the ball's going to slow him down. Still gets the vision. Not going to go for the Splinter Blast. Oh, Chen waiting here. Ekna. He gets blinked over by General. General, there's going to be another troll trap. He has the blink. The Sonic Wave for the pushback, though. That is going to be a good disengage ultimate there. It means it is down for the next 2 minutes. Queen of Pain. Going to be happy with that if it keeps General alive.
That's how it's done.
Does have the mech, actually going for the mech before the Necro Book here on the offlane Queen of Pain. Ekna, he still has this creep army with him. He's looking maybe to find something because he's not gone back to farming just yet. As Lightless doing what he can with the farm on the bot lane. General has moved himself away, though we might see a smoke in. James is already going to be broken and revealed. The Old Scepter is going to be there for Iceberg. If he'd have had that a second sooner, might have been able to lock down the Pango. Do you see the Beastmaster with this ward? He's just on the edge of it. This tree just doesn't cut off the angle. He's going to reveal himself in the lane, move himself back to that Helm of the Dominator now as well. In the trees. Are they still going to go for this now as well? The hook comes out. Splinter Blast. Yeah, the Hawk's going to be the Iceberg. Exorcism's going to be popped for this. So they need to find this the Roaring Thunder on the backline, so it's going to come across two heroes. They take down the Winter Wyvern now as well. Iceberg, he's got that Exorcism out. The Roar's going to be there. What's the pull-up? They just have all 4 Spirit Siphons, though. Who's going to be able to lock down this? He's going to be able to use them here. The Yule Scepter as well, keeping him alive. What's the pull-up from the rest of his team? General is going to be TPing in, but again, no Sonic Wave, or at least for 24 seconds. And the chase is on to Aloha Dance. Mal Morphlin pushes out. The Swashbuckle stolen. Gets Aloha Dance away safe. And General just needs to back himself away, but this is a good fight here. They take down 2. Smiling Knight got that Dragon Lance up. Excuse me, losing my voice. TPs himself back into the mid lane. Are they going to go and try and go for another wraparound? Beats him with the haste. The Sonic Wave again is up in a second, but the Scream of Pain enough to finish off the kill onto Eknar. The trap as well. Sonic Wave, Winter's Curse. Will they be able to have the damage? They do. They take down the Pangolier. They take down the Beastmaster. General is going to be able to get himself away. Blink in 1 second. The Cold Embrace. He's going to be keeping him alive. And Smiling Knight now. Are they going to be able to take him down? He's going to be able to get himself away with the waveform. The Blink forward by General. It looks like the chase. Lightless. He's got this Chen Creep army keeping himself alive, playing bodyguards. But Aloha Dance, Telekinesis in 12, Swashbuckle up now as well. Lightless, 6 refraction charges. V-Tune doesn't want to move himself over. The Smiling Knight was able to get himself away safely. Top lane, Iceberg. Just towards the Ghost Scepter. Which is actually fair enough, because a lot of the damage, if you look at it from Empire Hope, is right-click physical damage. So this is going to be really nice, just to stop you being right-click by Lightless, by Smiling Knight, even by the Pangolier with the Swashbuckle as well as his own right-clicks. Rolling Thunder, it won't do anything for. Shield Crash, it won't do anything for. Pretty much all of Eknar's kit, it won't do anything for. But 3 out of 5 ain't, you know, the worst to be immune to in terms of heroes here from the Death Prophet. Or like, I suppose 4.5. We're gonna see smoke up. Lightless just trailing behind. But where are they gonna go with this? Rolling Thunder is available. Mastery now as well. Did he just go into the Roche Pit? It looks like they do. Swashbuckle for the disarm, and James can keep throwing these out outside of the pit. Well, maybe not keep, because his mana, you know, he's going to keep an eye on that, but this is going to be a real quick Roshan. They're going to try and go for this now as well, but it looks like Roshan, the force off the Swashbuckle here from the Rubik. They get the Telekinesis, so they're going to be able to take down Mastery pretty darn quickly. Lightless just pick up the Aegis of Rolling Thunder now as well, but there's going to be the Winter's Curse, multi-shot as well, but the Yule Scepter keeps him alive. Sonic Wave on the back lines. I think that actually missed, and now James gets the Swashbuckle out, the disarm onto General now as well, but with an adaptive strike. They find the kill. Lightless locked in the pit. Does he have a Blink Dagger? He does, but this is going to be a quick one. They get the damage on Lightless. It's going to be a real quick Aegis and a quick kill as well onto the Templar Assassin. Mastery just had to run himself up towards the dire side of the map where nobody else was going to chase. But with this Exorcism being used, it's just come off now. Never mind. Still though. Multi-shot comes out. The Cold Embrace though keeps the creep alive, so they can keep the pressure onto the tier 2 tower until this next creep wave arrives. They've got 20 seconds before the TA. Somebody wants this Chen dealt with.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Mastery going to do his best with his balls to push out this top tier 2. Try and trade this. The TP away though, and always want to fly. No Blink Dagger for him just yet. Okay, another smoke. This time it's just the 2-man with the Drow. Maybe playing as bait. You get the bouncy run on General though. General just instantly blinks away. It's going to be 3. Yeah, Aloha Dance secure on the top. River bouncy run. This one not being rotated for just yet. Maybe the boar goes to scout it out. Looks like that is the job of the boar. Yeah, Beastmaster with a blink. Just going to blink himself up. Pick that one up. Drow Ranger with the full Hurricane Pike. You can put that, though, to the Morphlin, who's got 2,000 gold off an Eagle Song. Already got the Manta style. James Smiley Knight going to be spotted out. Beastmaster as well, obviously just for throwing out the axes. The Adaptive Strike comes out into the wall. Swashbuckle, disarm onto Morphlin. Just needs to move himself back. For safety reasons here, V-Tune. Chen's rotating through deep. Maybe trying to catch anyone that rotates up, trying to find this top tier jungle. Angle. But yeah, you can look at this. We'll get rid of that. If you look at the vision that the Radiant have got, they've just claimed this entire triangle. Meanwhile, the FlyToMoon, the vision isn't looking too great, actually. They do have this one ward behind just to see any, I guess, straight rotations in, any potential smokes. B-Tune, not going to be bothered about that multi-shot. He's got himself lifesteal. Why would he be bothered about multi-shot?
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
TA does have a blink up in 10 seconds, has backed himself into the trees. Just gets recalled by Chen as well. Okay. Mid lane tower, they might just try and go through backdoor with the Desolator, with the Creep Army, with the Chen here now as well. This is tier 1. You don't have fortification. Oh, the TP in. Iceberg though, the blink away. Creep Army should still be able to deal with it. Yeah, Iceberg just wants to clean these up now. Claim them from the Chen. And they pulled Iceberg at least out of position. If they went for a rotation in the top lane, they might have been able to find something. Aloha Dance with the multi-shot.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But they're stacking up fortification up for teams. They want to try and slow this push down. Beastmaster again trying its best, so the fortification will be used for this tier 2 as the tier 2 on the top lane will fall. Do they want to continue pushing here? 4 gold. Oh, here it comes. He's going to completely buy out for this. Drow Ranger, meanwhile. Again, Hurricane Pike, not even close to the Manta though. That ultimate orb in itself, 2,000 gold away from that, and then another 500 for the recipe. Because they're going to trade tier 2 for tier 2, but Pangalia has to TP back. Master in the mid lane has TP'd away. Didn't get the roar off onto General. Doesn't really have a lot of mana. And Chen has no mana boots either. They don't have vision on Lightless, and again, this the Radiant vision here, just spotting out the rotation by General. So Lightless knows he needs to get away from this. Just backs himself off from the jungle, plays it safe. You know, not giving it too much of a risk. Mastery. Where does he go now with the Helm of the Dominator? Does he have anything coming out on the courier? A pipe wouldn't actually be the worst thing in the world here for the Beastmaster. Oh, but maybe that's the Pango's job though. What's James building into? It's still going to be, he's just completed the Vlads.
Yes.
So this ward does see the rotation by Pangalia. Maybe doesn't see him diving into the trees. Aloha Dance goes the wrong direction. But no, Iceberg. Oh, they're going to be hunting the silence. Comes up. Pangalia, did we have enough damage to seal him out? The Spirit Siphon, even with the Adaptive Strike. V-Tune didn't even need to use the F-Blade there as well to secure that kill. Beastmaster trying to skip the creeps. But I think FTM want to fight this out. 1 minute and 40 seconds at least before Roshan's back up. Aloha Dance waiting for the bounty runes here. Mastery's going to be here with the roar if he wants to go. The axe is to blink forward. The roar onto the Rubik though. Does he try and steal this? He might have a second though. He gets himself away with the swashbuckle.
Worthy tribute.
V-Tune Lightless is in the mid lane. I think they just... Okay, the vision faded. I wasn't able to check that, but still. I think they just saw Lightless in the mid lane. V-Tune is going with the creeps. There is 3 heroes back. The multi-shot comes out. Swashbuckle as well, but it's only going to be onto the Morphling. Exorcism going to be popped. Yeah. They don't have a fortification to save this creep wave if it does get gone on, but V-Tune gets that silence off with the Manta Style now as well. This is going to be tier 3 tower, 25 minutes in. They're stepping up to Rax with the Manta Style now. They've got Smiling Knight. The attack comes forward from the Ghost Scepter, from the Adaptive Strike, but it just was not enough damage. Rolling Thunder does come through the back lines on the telekinesis. Are they going to be able to find the kill to Lightless? Lightless going to be taken care of. The Winter's Curse keeps him locked down now as well. So there's refraction charges with the Shadow Strike. V-Tune, he pops the F-Blade on himself. BKB on Lightless. Sonic Wave comes through onto Lightless. And he's going to be revealed here by the Sentry. Iceberg, that is the end of the Exorcism. The Swashbuckle comes forward. Aloha Dance immediately throws out his own. The slows onto the Death Prophet. Death Prophet with the Cold Embrace. Where's the follow-up damage of the Roar? Will keep him locked down for a little bit now as well. The Swashbuckle, they do have the damage. V-Tune gets pretty damn low. He doesn't have anything if he dies here to keep him alive. General on the back lines, they do pick up the kill onto Lightless. As now General in a whole heap of trouble.
Invisibility.
Mastery picks up the invis, but immediately Sentry goes down to see which way he's going. They have themselves, well, the morph in a second. The waveform comes forward and Smiling Knight can be caught out. This time they do get the kill, and they might even be able to go a little bit further onto the Pangolin. The Pangolin swashbuckles himself up. Who's going to stop him? Do they have anything? They have the Adaptive Strike from V-Tune. And a Swashbuckle in 2 will get... Well, Aloha Dance just has to blink. So no buyback here for Lightless. V-Tune in control of this game. Needs a little bit more mana, but Roshan, it's going to be a long one here. 2 minutes left.
That should help.
Fly, you can sit in there for as long as you want, mate. For at least the next minute, 54 seconds, you ain't going to be seeing squat.
Radiant are scanning.
V-Tune might actually come across Mastery here.
It's a trap.
Sure.
So, what are they going to do? Again, both teams kind of posturing for Roshan, but it's going to be 1 minute and 9 seconds before Roshan is back up. The D-Wads come out, so that Sentry unblocking the camp. And Empire Hope need to be careful about how long they're outside of the space, because this wave will push in with the super creeps.
Dire are scanning.
V-Tune as well, going towards the Skadi. What are they going to be able to do here? Lightless seen by V-Tune, the blink forward, but Mastery's going to be able to get the roll off onto Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain, Cold Embrace instantly comes out. The Rolling Thunder, they're going to be doing a little bit of damage. The lockdown from the Winter's Curse. Sonic Wave on the backlines as well. They pop Smiling Knight, they pop Mastery, and Lightless. James, are they going to be able to get themselves away from them? The heal comes through from Agnar, but James can be popped down here by the S-Blade shotgun build. Lightless being drained of life. And now just the chase onto Agnar. They're going to call GG. The disconnect comes out. Agnar doesn't even keep himself around long enough to see his own death. So Team Empire Hope going to get 2-0'd here. FlyToMoon